Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 78. Nick is gone again. He's been out sick today. Hopefully they recover quickly. So instead, we're going to listen to Andy rant about a bunch of nonsense because I didn't do a whole lot and Marcus didn't do a whole lot. And Nick's not here, so I guess it's Andy.
Yeah, it's been kind of shitty out.
Andy's been unemployed again.
It did suck hauling untreated lumber in the fucking first snow of the year today.
Why were you hauling untreated lumber in the first snow today?
Because, well, I should have fucking rolled out of bed before, 9:30
For reference, you told me that by 11:30 you'd have dimensions for me for one of the projects we're doing.
It was 3 hours later.
And it's like noon, 1. I'm just like...
Yeah, I was like, well, it doesn't help that I had to fucking do a U-turn and go back and pick up the shit that I forgot to load at Menards, but
because you went to pick up all your lumber and only loaded half of it for some reason.
Well, it was a weird amount. It was a weird amount. Yeah, woke up, fucking didn't roll out of bed till 9:30, whatever the fuck it was. It was cold.
Normal unemployment shit.
Yeah, Ambition's really easy to lose,
especially when your dog's all snuggled up and fuck.
Yeah, correct.
Doesn't have to rush outside at 7:30.
Correct. So let's see. I'm trying to get the fucking amounts of shit. Okay. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, building out the apartment area upstairs of my 3-car garage, 26 by 36 are the dimensions of the building.
Right.
Upstairs, it's 11 feet wide by 36 feet long.
Pretty good sized chunk of area.
Yeah, over 400 square feet. I should have enough area to have a 9-foot kitchen, 8 foot by 5 or 5.5 foot bathroom.
And this will all be in the upstairs.
Upstairs of the garage, yeah.
Yeah, up in what is that did used to look like this.
Yeah, but that's for reference. Yeah,
this is the old picture.
I just
restored this out of the recycle bin, but
it's
this now with plywood and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Plywood's down. Have string lights up top just to be able to work up there before we actually get it all wired and everything. But this weekend, actually tomorrow, we record on Thursday, so Friday this week my uncle has the day off work, so he's coming over at 10 o'clock or so.
So you need to be out of bed before 9:30.
Yeah, tomorrow I'm actually planning to wake up early because I also need to do the shit I didn't want to do in the snow today, which is digging a bunch of holes trying to find. Supposedly there's I have a well on site. That was the big thing about me buying this property was there's a well on site. Electric ran to the garage already. The garage was built in 2017. It's never had siding, but it has windows, garage doors, electricity ran.
It's ready to be finished.
Yeah, it was a hell of a lot better start than what I was looking at. Was half-acre lots for $50,000 with nothing on them.
Yeah, empty lots.
And this was 2.5 acres with a garage and a well for $80,000. I'm like, damn, that's way more tempting. Yeah, and it's right down the road from a bunch of my buddies' houses and stuff too. So
it's even if the garage is a total write-off, the well's 10 to 15 grand.
The well and the 2.5 acres. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I'm like, way better place to start.
Way better starting deal.
But yeah, so woke up, fucking it didn't actually start snowing until I got to Menards and started loading all the shit, which sucked because I'm like, oh, we're good, no big deal. I'm walking around the store buying a bunch of stuff. Well, it sucked too because the PVC I needed, I bought all the fittings yesterday because I had the Subaru, and I went back today with my truck because I knew I needed 10-foot sticks of PVC, a couple of 10-foot boards, a lot of 8-foot boards, and one sheet of plywood. If
it wasn't for the plywood, you definitely still would have taken the car.
Oh yeah.
I was going to try one 10-foot piece because I know I can fit 10-foot pieces in the Subaru. I just forget how close it actually is glass to glass. So I'm like, I can fit one, but for reference, I needed 6 pieces of 2-inch PVC at 10 feet long. 5 pieces of 3-inch PVC.
Those fit inside each other, so it's fine.
And then 2 pieces of 4-inch PVC.
See, if you had a roof rack on your Subaru.
Well, then when I slide them into each other, if I take a turn, they'll fucking shoot out.
Gone.
Like those old fucking Star Wars fucking lightsabers, the collapsible ones. Yeah.
Lightsabers.
Yeah, that's what it would be like, except for they don't fucking stop. They just keep going and launch into somebody's fucking car. Oh.
Hey, my shitbox wasn't doing anything. You could have came over and got it.
But again, he has a truck.
I use my truck because in it weighed a lot too. I'll tell you all the dimensions or all the things. Yeah. Besides the fittings, I think I spent like $300 in just fittings for it all.
Oh yeah. That's how they fuck you is the goddamn fittings.
No, the fittings was $300. I spent $850 a day on so 6 sticks of 2-inch PVC, 5 sticks of 3-inch, and 2 sticks of 4-inch, and then I needed 20 2x4s by 8 foot long, 2 2x4 by 10 foot, 6 2x8 by 8 feet, and 13 2x12 by 8 feet.
Now the question is,
2x12s,
did you spend the time to make sure you got the nicest
Yes,
boards they had?
I actually. Well, the only thing I didn't spend the most time on was when I fucked up and had to do a U-turn like an hour after I loaded it all the first time. And I'm like, at that point, it was the only fucking 2x4s on the ground were the ones I already sorted through. And so I was like, there was like, the other 10 I bought were like the best of those, which are like pretty okay. Anything else I left there was just complete shit.
Yeah, there's a bulk of 100, and you're like, I need 10, and these are all shit. I have to find the 10 best.
Pretty much, yeah. So there was probably about 3 or 4 of them that I was like, I just don't care. They'll be covered up, whatever.
You can get as long as like
they were straight, but like the edges were still like bark and shit.
oh,
and
who
like,
gives a fuck?
Yeah, there were a couple of them where I'm like,
Throw a
"Ugh,
shim up in there and
not
be done
great."
with it.
Yeah, but it's like when you're trying to build something halfway nice, you're like, I can find the good board.
I was gonna make that
Here.
joke that you originally did in Discord is like the fucking mission. Try to find nice lumber at fucking Menards. Impossible.
Level impossible.
Genuinely, it is fucking rough.
Because that's when I got the wood for this desk. I think is when I made that joke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this like looks really nice, and it took me the entire day to find.
Oh yeah, a
this
couple hours.
lumber.
Yeah, I'll say the first 10 2x4 by 8 foot. I'm like,
Fun.
I spent probably 15 minutes looking for, and then the rest of them were up the stairs in the
Up in
like
the second
wood
rack.
lumber warehouse and
Outside
in the yard. Yeah, in
And
the
you're
yard
looking
at
for
fucking
one.
Menards.
I need a 4x4, but some reason they're not anywhere you would expect them to be. You have to look.
Yeah,
around.
they were. Yeah, they were the.
Yeah.
It was the 2x8 by 8
Yep.
feet.
Yeah.
The
Or
weird
in the
size
2x
lumber they have in weird fucking spots.
Yeah, 2x12s and 2x8s were all up the stairs. I'm like, why is the heaviest shit up here? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyway,
But I mean, yeah. How many hours did I spend sanding this desk? Also,
I don't know, probably like 20.
3 days.
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Luckily, my shit's gonna be hidden behind
Well,
drywall
yeah,
and everything,
but
so you don't have to
still.
sand nothing. Luckily, thank God. But yeah, so spent a while loading it all. It sucked also because the PVC was inside the store, so all the PVC I loaded, I had to throw in the truck bed with the tailgate down, pull out to the fucking lumber barn, unload all that to throw the plywood and the 2x4s down, and then close the tailgate, and then throw the PVC back in, and then throw all my 10-footers and shit in there. It's like, yeah, it all kind of sucked. Eventually loaded it all up. Like I said, went down, grabbed McDonald's because I'm like, if I don't eat right now, I'm not gonna eat. And it's it's snowing now. So I'm like, where can I park that has coverage and I can grab food? I'm like,
Yeah, wait, how many?
there's a Shell station right next to a fucking McDonald's. I'm gonna park at the Shell under the canopy, and then go to the McDonald's. Well, it's also 12:15.
Oh, so busy as hell.
Oh, there was the 2 lines all the way around the parking lot. I'm like, oh, this sucks. So I waited there for 15 minutes, left there, went down the road 5 minutes. I'm like, oh,
fuck.
I only grabbed 10 of those 20 2x4 by 8 feet that I needed.
We
So,
kind of had
fuck.
the same thing today because me and Jason went to Wendy's.
Ooh, yeah. Wendy's
gets
is
busy.
actually fast,
It
but they
was
are always busy.
Wendy's in Ottawa.
Fuck, I don't even know where. Oh,
And
There's a Wendy's in Ottawa?
Yes.
yeah.
Right by the
Huh?
2 little crappy dealerships.
Where's?
Like on Route 6, right? Yeah, on Route 6 next, right next to the train tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we literally sat and waited to order.
We're
Party
good.
foul.
I didn't drop it.
We probably sat and waited to order for like 10-15 minutes, and then it took another 15 to like 20 minutes for our food to come out.
Like, you're in Ottawa.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere else. I mean, Wendy's
Yeah,
is
I
good.
know. I wanted Wendy's, but yeah. I also with all this snow, got to hear the old ladies sitting down for lunch.
At the Wendy's?
Yes, talk about how their grandkids were getting out of school early today.
Anytime there's
I'm
a
like,
flake in the air, these
well-
damn kids get fucking sent out of school. We used to have a foot before they canceled the fucking school.
The buses
Fuck
would
that.
get stuck in the
Yes.
morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And they would still send
Oh
us
yeah.
to
Some
school.
people show up
Yeah.
like 3-4 hours late.
Yep.
Fucking great.
It's
Yeah.
because it's the first snow of the year. Everybody goes crazy the
Well,
first
fair.
snow
Well,
of the year.
technically, the year was in January.
Yeah.
It's
Whatever.
Of this upcoming winter season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So,
Yeah.
it snowed back then, too.
I was like, God damn. I remember when we were in middle school, we had that horrible freezing rain for like a week, and they only canceled like 1 day of school.
Like the first day after that, like, yeah, they figured out how to drive.
Yeah,
It'll be fine.
it's fine. The sun came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Oh,
melted
yeah.
it back into clean, smooth ice.
Yeah.
None of this rigid up, useful stuff.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So yeah, fucking parked there. Parked at McDonald's and Shell. Fucking drove down the road. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Drove back.
Shit.
Picked up the rest of the shit. Yeah. I also picked up a 100-foot spool of PEX plastic water line.
Like half-inch water line
yeah.
or whatever.
Gotta find that at some point, or I gotta Yeah, got to dig a bunch of holes around where my well supposedly is because the company that dug the well, who also installed this like box that the pressure tank is in, which I'm supposed to find in order to we're gonna adapt off of that into and then bring that into the garage.
Sure.
Don't know where it is. The company who dug it, out of business. So I can't even call them and be like, hey, anybody have any reference of where the fuck this thing is? Or is it just kind of around the garage?
Yeah,
somewhere.
It's like, do you know who was here? They're like, oh yeah, it was this old guy. It's like,
their number is disconnected. So can't even add like, not even a chance to be like, hey, who? Somebody know any idea? Like
you gotta find a person who knew them and used to work with them.
I have like a 15 by 30 foot square area.
Just dig the whole thing up.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do, and I have to do it by hand because I don't want to fuck it all up because my main 200 amp service that goes to my garage is right there too.
You need to go do a fucking what do they call it? You hold two rods and they slide around.
Dowsing.
Oh yeah.
Well,
somehow, it's magic. But
here's
somehow
what
it
else
works.
you can do. When you find it, leave it exposed, and I'll get you some locate pucks.
Okay, would like that.
Are they
That'd
for
be
like
cool.
hockey or no?
No, we use them for locating fiber vaults and stuff.
I would like one, please.
It's like
all I need is one for the top
I'll
of the lid.
give you
That's
like
it.
5.
How far
of them.
down is it? Do you know?
Supposedly the water line that goes underneath the foundation of the garage is 6 to 8 feet deep. So depending on where this box is, I'm assuming at least 4 feet.
So if you had a really
and like
good,
frost layer is typically
What's
3
your
feet.
what's your water line? Do you have a metal water line?
It's
old.
PEX.
Fuck.
Yeah,
Really?
there's a
Because
PEX that
if
goes
not-
from that pressure tank in the box.
If not,
under the foundation,
we have a locator I could use too, but it has to be metal.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm.
A quick other side
Are
question.
you want to swing by Hennepin tomorrow morning?
go look at it.
Yeah.
Just see it. Just
See if you can like find any amount. Like the box is
You might be
maybe
able to
metal.
catch
I don't
something
know.
on the pressure tank, maybe?
Pressure tank. I genuinely don't know.
Maybe not.
Could you
I
just,
don't
like-
know. Remind me in the morning? We'll see.
Just
what's
go over
going
Well,
him
I'm gonna
with
be my uncle's getting there at like 10. We're not gonna actually
on. Just remind
He
me.
might know how to. Oh, Blue, what are you
maybe
doing?
at some point in the morning. Yeah. Blue.
Just text me in the morning.
Yeah.
Side question: Did you go with PEX A or PEX B?
I don't know.
the pecs
blue stuff.
the stuff that everyone uses.
Yeah, but there's a difference.
Yeah, but everyone uses the same thing.
There was a 100-foot roll of it at Menards, and that's what I bought.
Don't get PEX B. PEX B sucks.
Well, then that's definitely what everyone uses.
PEX B like kills your water pressure.
Oh, it's definitely not that then. What
Because PEX
is PEX B like the super flexible stuff?
no PEX B is the one where you have your piping, your PEX, and you push the fitting into it.
No, these are all almost every PEX at like Menards and stuff is over the outside.
Okay,
fittings.
that's
Yeah,
the stuff.
Polytech Blue Ultra 250 psi SDR 9 CTS.
250 psi.
Yes.
that's God's plenty.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, but you probably got.
This is the only roll of. I would try to get 50 feet
Yeah,
of it.
you got PEX B.
Okay.
Yeah,
This is the only roll of
PEX B's
1 inch
fine.
shit at Menards today. Everything else was 3/4 or not like different shit.
Yeah.
And I was looking for 50 feet, had to buy 100 foot. So
You'll use it at some point though.
well,
it's-
maybe.
But
Like this is.
Well,
what
I also have the
everybody
shit.
uses
I also
now.
have the one that's already down at the fucking where the house was too. So
No, everybody uses the same shit now.
Yeah.
I think Type B is like the standard is what everyone uses, and Type A is probably overly expensive.
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, bought a roll of that. Bought a 50-foot roll of 8 3-wire 8-gauge welding wire to put a welder plug in.
Oh,
What 8-gauge?
I believe so. Yeah.
Why don't you do 6-gauge like everyone told you to?
Well, like Obermiller told me to, and then 3 other people told me to use 8-gauge because it was also overkill.
Yeah, but
So.
it's overkill forever.
Well, 8-gauge is already overkill.
It's not that
I'm like,
much more,
should
but
be
whatever.
okay.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever, man.
it's okay. You'll just burn your garage down.
No, 8-gauge is God's
8
plenty.
gauge will be
I don't know what.
Well,
you
considering most of the internet uses 10-gauge for a 220 fucking welder,
Yeah,
and the
but the
electric car charger that's already in the garage also use 10-gauge.
The difference was if you're going to use a generator to backfeed power into your house, you'd want to use 6-gauge.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Fair.
That's why we use it for everything. Is one, it's perfect, and two, it's
Yeah.
like here, yeah, it's all industrial stuff, so it might as well be 6-gauge.
Yeah.
But like for what you were doing, it's like if you had one good outlet, you could backfeed power into your panel from that. I don't know how good the power is out there. It seems to be pretty good so far. But
Yeah. Well, I'm also planning to buy a generator at some point, so
Yeah.
not the biggest deal.
Like a movable generator.
a 3500 Predator.
Right.
Yeah.
So you
inverter
would, but you would
generator,
want,
yeah.
I guess at 3,500, you'd probably be fine
You'd be
with
okay.
8-gauge. But it was just like if you had like a 5,000 or 10,000 watt generator, you could just plug it into that outlet, flip the main off and backfeed power.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got you.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
You do you.
I mean, at 3,500 watts, you could probably be fine with 8 gauge.
Yeah. I'm really not even that worried about
No,
it
that was
in
just-
general. But
that was
depends
just
on the
one of the
amperage you're
reasons.
trying to pull.
I
for
got
that.
you. But yeah. So yeah, picked up wiring and a breaker. I already had the plug. I'm stealing the plug that was for the car charger because that's the exact same plug as a welder.
fuck
As
it.
my welder plug.
The dryer plug or whatever. Or is it the same as on your welder, or do you already switch it to a dryer plug? Hold on.
I don't know. I don't actually know what a dryer plug looks
It's
like
the like
exactly.
V
It's a
shape.
plug
The
for
one
a
that
dryer.
these
It
guys-
is not that. No, it is a round.
It's not this guy.
No, it is 2 flats and a round is the welder
Okay.
plug, and it's also the one. Like I said,
You've got the more standardized like
Yeah.
this guy.
yes, that is the
Yep.
one I have.
Or one of these. There's a bunch of different styles, but
Yeah, round. Well, yeah, one
There's a
round
cornered-
prong and then the 2 flats.
yeah.
Yep.
I think the rounded ones are like 30 amps and the straights are like 50 or something. It's
Oh,
all the same. It's so you don't plug the wrong one into the wrong
Oh,
one.
fair.
That's
I
why
gotcha.
it's so you don't plug a 50 amp circuit.
Well,
into
yeah.
30
So
amp.
the car charger right now is
yeah, this
on
is
a 40 amp.
this is a 30 amp.
Oh, okay.
That's why this
It's got an
is
L shape.
cornered.
Yeah, weird.
So you can switch these in and out to make straights or
Ah,
flats,
yeah,
depending
yeah.
on what amperage you're using.
Gotcha,
Or if they're all wired the same.
I see.
I don't know if that's a code.
Ideally, this is going to be the only 220 plug I have in the garage because my compressor is
For now.
110. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Shouldn't be
I don't-
too
I
bad.
don't know anything else that would need to be 220.
Also, even like car lifts are all 110 too. So
yeah, because it's just
Yeah.
a hydraulic
eventually, when I
pump.
buy the low pro car lift, it'll be
yeah, it's
110,
just a
so-
hydraulic pump, so it doesn't need a bunch of
Nope.
power. It just be slower,
Yeah. Yep.
so that's fine.
I
I guess
yeah.
a dryer.
Oh,
Run a
fair.
natural gas dryer, but
No.
you don't have gas out there necessarily.
LP. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that,
think.
that gets expensive though.
Yeah.
Well,
Not when you could use electricity.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well,
You'd have to.
we're planning to use that to do a square box heater to hang off the ceiling of the
And on
main
demand?
garage.
Right.
Yeah, that's gonna knock down some of the heat and then do mini split
For the top half.
for top half and bottom half for AC
One
down
for
below
each.
as well. Yeah,
Okay.
it's cheap enough to do just mini splits for both. I mean,
Oh yeah, mini
So-
splits. They've come down so much in
Yeah.
price now.
yep.
They are fairly
Yeah,
fairly
it was
efficient,
about
too.
pretty damn
like
efficient.
2,000 to 2,500 for both. So
Oh, for
yeah.
both, not each?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I'm using a bigger one for downstairs, it's mostly for the AC for
And a
downstairs,
small one.
Yeah.
and a
for
smaller one for
upstairs.
upstairs. It's only
Okay.
400 square feet.
That's
yeah.
pretty good then.
You can go with like the
Almost every
smallest
mini
one they
split
make.
is meant for like 800 square feet, so it's even overkill for upstairs. But
Yeah. Well, it's meant for 800, which means
Yeah.
400 is probably where it's good.
oh yeah, it should be. More
Well,
than
yeah,
enough,
you're
imagine.
hitting peak efficiency there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not pushing as hard as you have to,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Yeah. Ooh, actually,
Actually,
gotta figure out where I'm putting that.
the mini split?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, that's a good
Just
question.
have your uncle look at it. He'll know.
Well, yeah. Well, because the thing is, we changed from doing outside stairs to
Inside
the lower level stairs now.
are you going
I'm
to
not sure-
seal those off at all?
What's that?
Like, is there going to be a door at the top of those
Yes.
stairs?
Yes. At the top of the stairs. Yeah. Yep.
Because, if not, you're just going to draft all your cold air from up.
Yeah, no. Yep, yeah, no, there'll be a doorway from the upstairs, like it'll be on the upstairs level
Yeah.
and then down to the stairs.
I guess you could do like
Because it's gonna swing inwards, and ideally, once you walk in the doorway, the left side, like the left wall, once you walk in this doorway, will be the exterior wall.
okay.
You
Which
walk.
corner are these going in?
I
thought it was
like
back
in front of the
right.
Mustang. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Where the
okay.
bathroom is going to be, that same corner.
Yeah.
So you walk. It's going to be L-shaped stairs.
Yeah.
So it'll shoot you back to the 26, the width of it.
Yeah,
So
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
go-
walk in straight with the left. My left-hand wall is going to be the east side of the building. It'll
I'm
be
fucking lost, but whatever. Keep going.
The stairs go up against the back wall and then towards the the door
Yes.
openings.
Yes.
Okay, I was imagining they're on the short side and then go up the long.
Oh,
side.
okay, yeah.
That's
no.
why I was confused.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
yeah, if you're looking at it, this is like the
aerial view.
Yeah, the building is a rectangle, so it'll be the stairs start at the long stretch, the back wall of the garage, and then come back towards the front, like garage doors, essentially.
So yeah, like if this is what we're looking at,
Yeah, that would be more.
here's your big back wall.
Yeah, big back wall with my safe and everything
this
else
is your
on.
short
Yeah,
side
and that's
wall,
my
so-
short side wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
that makes-
That's how it's gonna be.
I was imagining this flipped 180. So
I
you're
see.
coming
Yes.
up the side wall and then over here.
yeah,
I'm
I
like-
understand. Yeah,
I'm like-
I understand where you're coming at.
I'm
Yep.
like left side. I'm like that's the garage.
Yes. Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep.
Is the door gonna be at the bottom or the top?
top?
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Top.
No,
Shut
not
up.
for me. Sorry.
Loser.
But yeah, so basically once you walk in upstairs, it'll be exterior wall on your left-hand side. On the right-hand side is going to be the bathroom wall immediately.
Yep.
So once you walk through, it'll be kind of like it'll be a 5-foot deep hallway. Walk out. If you take an immediate right, it'll be the room of the bathroom.
Yeah.
So after that, you walk down the length of the garage, and then on the same wall the bathroom is on is going to be the kitchen behind it.
Right.
And then there will be another dividing wall on separating the bedroom, which I'm going to have my computer desk in and bed and whatever other bullshit dresser.
It's about time for you to open up The Sims again and make another
Yep.
accurate model.
Honestly.
Just take a good half an hour.
After this weekend, once me and Darren get a lot of shit, like we're going to frame out the bathroom for sure, get all the plumbing ran, like all that shit's kind of ran. We
a
might
lot of stuff super figured
I'm
out.
assuming we'll probably wall off the bedroom as well.
I
I
just
gotta
get it planned.
Yeah, so I got to figure out lighting because I was planning to do can lights in the middle, but since the bathroom is going to be pretty close to the middle, I think we're going to redo some of the lights,
Change
put
it up
them
a little bit.
Yeah, center them to like the long hallway that'll be alongside the bathroom.
You just do like corner trim with LED lights in it all the way. It just like glows like top and bottom.
I wanted something on a dimmer at least. That way you're not always fucking blinding
You can
yourself.
have smart bulbs and you can like yell at them and then they don't
or
do
not.
anything and then they
I'm
crash.
not. My house is going to be dumb and I'll be happy with
Smart
it.
homes
so.
are so stupid.
I just need a place
Fuck
to
you.
sleep and shit. That's my literal fucking demands right now.
A porta potty with a view is what you're at.
Absolutely. If it had a fucking place to lay down, if it was like the handicap
handicap.
ones that are big, yeah. If I could fit a fucking cot in there, I think we'd be okay.
Right.
Maybe a little eye wash shower you can just kind of lean into.
Yep, exactly.
Jesus.
I mean, hey, man's got needs. Put a little toilet, TV above the
Fucking
toilet. You're
sleep
vibing.
and shits, and
least-
shower, and that's about it.
It's crazy how a man can live in 10 square feet.
Oh yeah.
400, yeah. There's ideally
Easy.
if I crammed it all into one space, it'd probably be like 275.
Be the size of the camper.
Well, fair, yeah.
You know, that's 8 by 13 or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think
100 square feet ish.
Yeah.
It's cozy, but it works.
But yeah.
You know? Okay, so you've got basically the whole upstairs planned ish.
Mostly, yeah.
A little bit of tweaking and bouncing around.
Yeah,
but
once
Yeah,
we
but
get this
that's with
weekend
any
over
build.
with, Menards has 11% rebate on until Thanksgiving, so I'll have next week to buy all the like as much other stuff as I want to buy right now, and be able to get the rebate from it.
you gotta keep getting stuff done.
Yeah. And then figure all that out.
This year's flying by real quick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's fucking. It didn't feel like November until today when I saw snow. It still felt like the first couple weeks of October. I'll be honest.
Because like at work, we've been doing the same job for the past like 2
Oh,
months.
that always makes it.
So
drag
it's like
out, yeah.
you're doing the same thing every day, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're done. And you're like, oh fuck, it's
Yeah,
November.
we started this and I
21st.
was sweating, and now I'm freezing.
Yeah, we had the
Like,
doors open because it was 75 degrees out,
Yup.
nice-ish. Like it's snowing today. It's like, oh yeah, I guess
Yeah.
time has gone by.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
It's
yep.
kind of a weird little transition period.
Yeah,
Yeah.
today was a bitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
How-
So did you have anything
what'd you guys
outside
do
doing?
today?
shit or
So
no?
we had a commercial install in Ottawa,
okay.
Okay.
and we had already been there because we had to go check it out, see what needed to be bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I'm bored listening to this.
basically, it's on the corner of the street, and so on the very corner there's the vault, and then there's the sidewalk, and then it's
The vault
The
is where your
curb.
fiber is basically like
Yeah.
terminated
Yeah.
until it gets
a
into the
vault
building.
is just a square in the ground with a lid on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and that's where all the conduits run and everything. So the concrete ones, I hate the concrete ones.
Which one?
The black one with the splice case in it.
This guy?
Yep, that one.
This is kind of what yours look like.
Yeah, those are I
It's
call
a big
those
poly drop.
Yep, I call them the poly boxes.
Look at me. All the
Um,
terminologies.
So we had one of those, and then the sidewalk, and then it was between the sidewalk there's grass and then the curb.
Okay.
all
Like-
the way down.
Like most sidewalks.
So they had to do a sidewalk bore. Well, technically it was a driveway.
Which is
whatever.
Which is what?
They had to install a smaller piece of conduit
Mm-hmm.
Underneath.
up and through the driveway because it's a dry cleaner. So there's a pickup lane to just pick up your clothes.
Sure.
And it went up to the side of the building. Well, we told them to go ahead and put that in, but then to also come across, and since there's a sidewalk and not enough room for the vault, to just go ahead and run a conduit, they never fucking did.
Okay.
So my 6 foot, boring bit,
Just an auger bit, essentially.
yeah, basically. It's, the like long ass wood bits you use for
Yeah.
drilling holes through studs.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just one of those.
Nice. Yeah, just
It's
6.
it's
But it's also like what 3/4 inch diameter
Yeah.
or something.
yeah, 3/4.
Yeah.
These are all way too big.
Don't put auger, just put
Drill bit 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one.
Like this guy.
Yeah,
Kind
pretty
of.
much. 6
yeah.
feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
Kind of.
$30 Canadian.
Yeah.
That's not real money.
Yep.
Generally like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a drill
So-
bit, but long as fuck.
We had to drill through the vault itself
Mm-hmm.
and then attempt to push all the way through to the other side.
Like through both sides of the vault.
No, so we had to go in through the vault,
Mm-hmm.
underneath the sidewalk, and try to get it all the way out the other side of the sidewalk.
Sure.
And then we realized after pushing it all the way in that, 6 foot wasn't fuck enough.
You don't have a tape measure. You couldn't be like, hey, that's
Well,
7
I
foot.
tried to tell Jason to like, hey, instead of starting to drill, why don't you like lay it out, see if it'll fit?
You
Because
just take the drill bit and just set it
Yeah,
there and go,
yeah.
nope, that ain't it.
So
Do you have a
Yeah.
drill bit extension?
we do.
You do.
But they suck
So?
because all of my tools are hand-me-downs. And so like the Allen or the set screws that hold
Oh, those get
the
worn
bit
out
in there
immediately.
are all like rounded out and nasty.
Back it out and put a new one in.
So we got it through the vault where it coupled,
And then it came apart.
and then it twisted apart
Mm-hmm.
because the ground's wet and it's starting to
Yeah.
get cold. So it was, like my drill was having a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
so now there's a
Love
$100
that.
drill bit buried
A
underground.
brand new drill bit that I just got like 2 weeks ago because we were using my old one and it snapped in half.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, that's unfortunate
yeah,
for you.
so we had to dig. Thank God. They're not that expensive,
Yeah,
but
this one's like $60,
Yeah.
but still.
Yeah.
Fish
They're-
bit is the term.
yeah, fish bit. So luckily the coupling was right in between where the vault ended and the sidewalk.
Oh, so you could like see it in there, like
So
pull it back out.
I dug it down. I dug like 3 foot. Okay, maybe like 2.5.
Captain
and
exaggeration.
got the
over
coupler
here.
back together and made Jason put it together.
And, it came
And then
apart
we
again?
finished
Oh.
and we
Oh, so
got
you
it
were the
through.
problem.
No,
If Jason put
it
together
was
and
it was cold. My hands weren't working. Whatever.
Excuse City over
So
here.
yeah, we had a commercial install today.
Fancy. So you really didn't get affected by the weather much. It was
I'll say,
cold,
No.
was that before
you were-
12:30?
No, I was outside the
but
whole
you weren't
time.
like climbing antennas and on roofs and shit.
Yeah.
No, but I had my extension ladder out because
Okay.
it's a brick and cinder block building, so I had to go to the second story because there's an office up there, and that's where he wanted it ran.
Of course.
So yeah,
So,
it was a lot of masonry bits today. My ears are still fucking ringing.
Gotta wear headphones at work.
But,
I hate not having headphones at
Oh,
work.
working with old operators, everybody's too proud to fucking throw ear pro in.
Yeah.
And like I understand like the foam ones you got to roll suck, but like the ones I have, they're the rubber ones.
Yep.
Like I
You
keep
just
them in my
plug.
little fucking plastic case. I got probably fucking 10 pairs around between my garage and every vehicle I own. I'm like, I just always, it's so easy to have it on me. I'm gonna take 30 seconds and fucking not even 10 seconds and fucking throw them in my ears.
So usually,
Piss me
we had
off.
another job I was helping Nick on, and the outside of this customer's house, he didn't have like basically the bottom of all of his windowsills was all stone,
Yes.
Yeah.
but it was square stone, and they were like 2 inches thick.
Okay.
And so, with the little hammer drills, like they're
They're
don't,
not made for that.
they're really not. They'll do it, but it takes a while. I went and got my earbuds and put them in.
Just to
because
sit there and listen to it vibrate.
I got that drill so hot that when I killed the battery on it and walked outside to get my drill and my battery, I singed my arm on it, and I was pushing so hard on the back, the Milwaukee Fuel logo was imprinted in the back of my hand.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, that sucked. But got
When you're trying to do like a 3-inch hole saw through steel and it just will not go. You're leaning on the thing trying to get it to bite.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't
Rough
but
stuff.
Yeah. So but a commercial install today, and I had a wireless call, but didn't go to it because it was a tower that was the issue.
Sweet.
So it was kind of funny because
Pawn that off on somebody else.
nope, did it myself.
Oh,
Once they fixed
fuck.
it from the tower side.
Nope. So
Did what yourself? You said it was a tower issue.
I fixed the tower.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
You said
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I fixed it.
That's what I said.
Oh, whatever. So
I said, you just fixed the tower issue. You're like, no.
with
Anywho.
all the wireless customers, you try to look to the tower that they're connected and then log into that radio, and then that radio, with you being off site, gives you the IP of the customer's radio. So then you can basically, travel all the way to the customer's radio. Well, so I logged into the radio that the customer was on, and nobody was connected to it. So I'm like, that's weird. So we're really not supposed to mess with the towers, like,
but you're
too much.
You're above the rules.
But
Fuck 'em.
because you don't want to reboot the tower when there's customers on it.
Yeah.
But when there's nobody on it,
there was 0 people.
There
on
was
it.
0
Not
people
just
on
that
it.
guy.
You
was
might as
off.
well.
No.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, fuck it, and I had Jason reboot it, and it came back up within like 3 minutes, and like 6 people connected to it. I'm like, oh, cool.
There was another 5 calls
good.
you didn't get yet.
Yep, basically. So
Hell yeah.
yeah, that was simple.
Sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say, speaking of, you were like, oh yeah, fucking hogging out a fucking hole saw.
Oh, running a hole saw to its
I'll say the one picture I actually took this week.
Do you actually have one of that?
Yeah, my fuel cell. I was able
Oh,
to,
you did?
yeah.
Yeah.
Had to go out and buy a 6-inch hole saw bit
Oh, fuck that.
for my fucking aluminum fuel cell tank.
Question: why not just a jigsaw?
Yeah, honestly.
Could you run a 6-inch?
Well, because the fuel cell fits, like, the adapter. If you look at the plastic ring, like the RCI, the one close to the fuel filler next side was already on there.
Yeah,
but it was
one.
the other one was not.
This
So-
is the one that you had to do yourself.
So there's the plastic ring, which that just seats the fuel pump
I was
to
about
the
to say.
adapter ring. The adapter ring is like the internal bore is exactly 6 inches. So all the bolts that you have to also drill holes through, because I also have to drill fucking, I don't know,
20 bolts.
20
fucking
fucking bolt
holes.
holes.
that are slightly bigger than 6 inches.
Yeah. So I'm like, fucking hole saw, like that'll work. And also, fucking Home Depot was a little dumb. You can buy a kit that has another bit and a 6-inch hole saw for like, I think it's like $34.
When just the hole saw was like 40 or something.
No, yeah, just the hole saw was 30.
Yeah.
I was like, for $2 more, I get a whole brand new bit and chuck and everything. I'm like, fucking that.
As long as it's just a good hole saw, then yeah, great.
Yo, yeah, it's the exact same hole saw, like Milwaukee brand and everything. There's
Oh,
no like
shit.
better rating. I'm like, oh yeah, like get a bit for $2. Like the bit alone was $15.
Yeah.
Because it has a little like
Yeah.
chuck connector thing. So
Yep.
I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll just buy a new bit. Like it's
And just buy the whole
$2
thing.
for $15 of value. I'm like, this is dumb. I don't know if they realize this, but I really don't care either.
I'm not gonna
Technically-
mention this.
Say technically it is more, but
You
it's like
did, you
who
did
cares?
spend more money.
But yeah, at the same time, it's like, yeah, no, that's definitely worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but compared to buying the parts separately.
Yeah, I'll say I already have a stack of fucking
Hole
hole
saws.
saw bits. I'm like, yeah, I might as well just have a spare now. Fuck it, for
Oh,
$2 more.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so yeah, hole sawed the fucking fuel pump hole.
You've only had that for like 10 months now.
Yeah, because I ordered all of this. Actually, it just
Black
came
Friday
up on
last
memories.
year.
Yeah, I ordered. It might not have been Black Friday. It was definitely November though.
Or no, you were trying to get it on a Black Friday sale. The RCI
Yep.
or the the adapter valve.
It was the Genrite
Genrite.
adapter ring, so that you can use the factory Jeep plastic ring to tighten the fuel pump down.
You use the factory fuel pump instead of
Factory fuel pump ring, fucking everything. It was
perfect.
it
for this.
was fairly nice, except for the fact that the rubber O-ring inside of there was not
Nasty.
even close to the size it needed to be.
like too big.
Yeah, but, way too big.
Usually they're like a 16th too big, so they compress in
No,
there.
this was like I cut an inch and a half off of it.
Good
Oh,
Lord.
good lord.
I don't know if it expanded because like
Maybe.
it was really loose. Like the plastic fuel cell I had before this, the pump was essentially floating, and the two plates I had sandwiched that and the rubber O-ring together.
Yes.
Mm.
And it was,
It
a
was
nightmare,
really fucking hard to do that.
nightmare to put together.
Yeah, it was really fucking hard to do that, plain and
Yeah.
simple.
Yep.
So, hey, that's why I hated that one so much. That's why I'm like, why don't I do this factory setup where I use the factory plastic nut to hold a fuel pump down, as well as the factory O-ring and everything else.
Everything.
Yeah, literally like the most like simple.
Very
way to
nice.
do
Don't get me
it.
wrong.
Well,
it's $300 is the
yes,
adapter ring.
but-
One piece of aluminum.
Then you don't. Factory fuel pumps are easy to. They're
Yeah.
easy enough to get.
I will be
You
able to
don't
buy
have
this at almost every
yeah.
single parts
You don't
store
have to
across
have
the
a
country.
fuel pressure regulator
Yes.
and weird
No return
shit.
line. It's
Yeah,
a
no
returnless
return
system.
line and all
Yep.
that. So that's what I would have done.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. It was expensive, but I'm
It's
glad
simple.
glad it works. But like I said, so
I
this
will gladly pay extra for simple.
So yeah, basically with that rubber O-ring being sandwiched in the old setup, I'm assuming it had some like it grew a little bit. It just
stretched a little bit.
like with all the gasoline fumes and everything, I'm assuming
the
it just kind of
compression
stretched a
over
little
years,
bit,
yeah.
like or expanded more than anything.
Yeah.
So now when I put it into this is a like
factory fit.
tight. This is all fucking machined. Everything like it's supposed to be tight. So like
Could have you just
put the
gotten
O-ring in there,
new
and it
O-ring?
was
could have.
but then I gotta wait fucking four days to get it.
The O-ring, just gotta make.
Yeah. So I literally just cut a fucking probably an inch and a half out of it. Fucking put it all together. Well, then it's also such a tight fit that even just having any material in there, so I'm
hard as fuck to tighten.
So I fucking soaked it all with PB Blaster. I fought it for 20 minutes and then soaked it all with PB Blaster. So when I push the fuel pump down to where it sits on top of the metal adapter, it all slides in there. I was also using a pick to shove the fucking seal down in there.
Yeah.
It was kind of it was a motherfucker, but way less of a motherfucker than the old setup. So I'm okay.
Fuel pumps are always a fucking bitch. I remember
the O-ring is probably fucking less than $10, so I'll probably just buy an O-ring.
Yeah.
Just if I ever have to take it out, I
Yep.
put the new one in and we're done.
Yeah, in
But,
case
like,
it leaks or whatever.
I remember when my
Yeah.
fuel pump went out on the Blazer, and the first time I changed that, I was literally like kneeled on top of the center plastic for the fuel pump, trying to get the clip ring to sit in there right because it's all tensioned and it's spring tension to the tank, and then you got that fucking O-ring to compress, and they're a fucking nightmare.
Pretty much, yeah.
It is a bitch.
Yeah, the goal with this was to make it simple. Luckily, I had already bought all of this shit a long time ago.
So you've done 2 fuel pumps in the past 2 weeks.
Yes,
Yeah.
I also fixed. Did I
Look
talk
at
about
you.
that yet?
No.
Did you?
I think you talked about removing the nuts.
No, we talked.
No,
about it
yeah,
last
no,
week.
I did, yeah, because it was done and it was driving. For last weekend or last episode, yeah.
Yeah, he just.
Yeah, so
he was just
Subaru
shocked he
got a
didn't
new
break
fuel
them.
pump. This thing
Did it
is
fix
all set
the
up.
issue?
We'll see.
So no.
I drove it.
Here.
I drove it here, but it would have been Tuesday. I drove it, and then I realized because I drove it to Menards to get all the fittings and stuff, and I'm like, okay, got to park it, put the charger on it because the fucking battery was dead, because I let it sit for a while.
for a month. Yeah.
Yeah, while I was soaking all the fucking fuel
Since
pump
last rally
hardware.
you went to.
Yeah. So yeah, threw it on the charger. Yeah, it would have been Tuesday night. Or wait.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
Get on with it.
Yeah,
You're telling him.
I'm trying to figure it out.
The other day.
But yeah, so anyway, 2 fuel pumps.
Yeah,
this
2
thing
fuel
is
pumps in a
mostly
week.
done. I need 2 8N caps to plug because this tank comes ready for inline filters.
It's ready
So-
for anything essentially.
Yeah, there's AN fittings welded bungs on the
these
on
two
the tank
right here.
itself.
Bung.
Yeah. So I need to cap those off, and then the one there is a vent line, but that's a rollover vent line. So I'm gonna buy
It needs to have a loop in it.
10 foot of fucking hose, run
Yeah.
it up to the ceiling of the Jeep, do a loop in it, and then go down through the floor and out underneath the Jeep.
Yeah, essentially it's the opposite of like a P-trap for a toilet. It has to have somewhere
Yes.
for the air to sit if you do flip, so it won't keep flowing all the way out.
Yep.
Basically a self-siphon.
And then just for
Or
reference.
to not siphon when I flip.
Well, yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
But but also have to still have vent to it.
Yep.
So
Yeah, for reference, in case you're looking for caps and stuff, AN and JIC are the same fittings.
Cool. Well, I gotta order them anyway,
I
most
know,
likely.
but
so.
you can, AN is what all the car people call them because that is
Yes.
the like Air Force standard or whatever. JIC is the technical term for them for like
Gotcha.
hydraulic equipment.
Gotcha.
AN is a higher tolerance.
I figured as much because I was actually going to take one of the lines off of my because I bought a used full hydraulic steering setup. I was going to use one of those because I don't know exactly what the sizes are because I have 2 sizes on my reservoir. One is a little bit smaller, one's a little bit bigger, and I know the ones on these tanks are 8 AN.
Yes,
So I was gonna
8 AN or
Use them as a
dash
size
8.
guide.
yeah, basically I think the bigger hose is gonna thread onto this tank. So I'm gonna
Let's say
either that or if it's a small one, then I got to figure out whatever it is.
usually like you're usually dealing with dash 6 and dash 8. That's kind of your
that
standard.
that is the only hose and fittings that PSC sells.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay, I know what
Is it a
has to
6
be.
or is it an 8?
Pretty
Hopefully,
much.
yeah.
8 is the bigger one, flows
Well,
more.
then
6
the
is
one
standard
picture,
that
I
most-
pulled up,
all of the stuff on my truck is dash 6. Dash 6 JIC, which is the same as AN.
Well, so from PSC's website, this I showed you this demonstration. It's how to plumb a.
Where's that at? I'll just pop it up real quick. Is
I
it a
don't
fact?
I don't know. Maybe yeah.
I don't know.
Fact.
PSC
You mean
yeah,
FAQ?
How to run
Leading
fucking
procedures. Is
Yeah.
it just loose? No,
It's,
it's not.
yeah, how to route all of your hydraulic lines for a full hydraulic steering setup because you have 2 of them from the reservoir. One, the main feed line goes to your pump, which this says use number 10 line. I'm like, okay, line fittings. Like, can I use dash 8 fittings on a 10 line? Like, I don't know exactly. But yeah, so yeah, it says use 10
Here we
lines. So I
go.
need,
Full
I need a
hydraulic
line
front
from the
steer.
reservoir to the pump.
This one, right?
Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the green line from the reservoir to the pump, then from the pump to the orbital to feed it.
Mm-hmm.
And then from the orbital, I need a cooler line, and then I need 2 lines that go off the orbital to actually control the ram that steers left and right.
Yes.
After the cooler line in the cooler, I need another line that goes and refeeds the reservoir.
Refills the reservoir.
So, like I said, it says use number 10 line. I'm like, okay, does that mean I can use like number
dash 10? You mean? Like
it says
no,
whatever
that
it
is
says.
number
It says
10.
use number 10. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means.
Yeah, that's not.
So I have a really big hose on the bottom of my reservoir. I'm assuming is number 10, but I don't know if that means the -8 fittings fit on it. Like I don't. That's my thing is
number in this sense, I believe, is a metric size.
Yes.
So instead of
Yeah.
saying use 3/8 hose, it's saying use number 10.
3/8 is -6 shit.
Yeah.
Half-inch line is
It's 8.
-8.
Yeah. So number
But
10
yeah.
might be 10 millimeter.
But like I said,
line.
I don't know what the fittings are on this U setup I have, so I was gonna take that one off of my reservoir and put it on the
tank,
fuel cell.
'cause you know that's 8.
because I know that's 8.
Yeah.
That way I can have a reference
I'm
and get an idea of it all.
guessing just from reading manuals a lot. I'm guessing that they're talking about the line itself is a
not
number
the fittings.
10,
Yeah,
and then your fittings on everything is a -6 or -8.
-8 fitting.
Yes,
With a number
with
10
number
line.
10
number 10
hose.
line. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would
It would just make too much sense if it was -8 fittings, -8 line, but that's
no, it doesn't.
Whatever. I guess.
Doesn't necessarily always work like that, but
Yeah.
it's usually a pretty good idea of what.
Look,
wait.
they got to make it
I didn't
semi-complicated
look at
so that
this. Hose
the
kits
idiots
to buy. I
don't
need
figure
this.
this
Yeah,
out.
you just need like this.
Yeah, I do. Genuinely.
Did you not know that this was just a thing?
No, I was in the builder section. So we were on PSC
Website.
their website.
Performance steering components.
Yes.
They're the ones who do hydraulic steering.
Yeah, I've
better
bought
than anybody.
every part I've gotten so far was from them. I had to order a 5.5-inch pulley for my serpentine belt to run the pump, as well as a PSC adapter to go from my steering shaft, my stock Jeep steering shaft, and then that bolts into it's a splined end goes into the orbital.
Yep.
There's also very little engagement. I'm talking like maybe a 1/4 inch of spline engagement, but it's all bolted together.
It should be fine.
It should be
because
fine.
there should
like,
never be any real
No.
resistance on that.
yes, exactly.
Because all that orbital it's just a valve body.
It's a directional
Yes.
body essentially.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, I say it made me nervous. I'm like, God, like there's not a lot of like I could use a thicker or a thinner plate because there's
just fucking weld them together. It'll be fine.
there's
Put
no,
a couple
'cause I
zip
still have
ties
to
on
mount the orbital somewhere. That's the thing. The
Oh.
orbital, and then there's the sheet of or the plate steel that's I welded that
mounts
to a
it.
bracket that is then bolted to the frame rail.
Yeah.
And then after that is the adapter piece, which
Yep.
has a flat square with 4 holes in it that bolts. You
To
put
the
all
orbital.
those 3 pieces together. Well, like I said, I could use a thinner plate steel,
But at the same point, then you're just adding,
it's also only 1/8 inch steel now. Like, how much thinner could I go? It's only going to have so much
Yeah.
engagement.
a 16th of an inch is not going to save you much there.
No.
Yeah, I did
Fuck
as
it,
much
put
as I
a little
could.
red JB weld on, or not a JB
On the
weld.
splines?
Yeah, fuck it.
That's not gonna do
Put a
anything.
little red Loctite on there.
Yeah. Turns out that like whatever. Yeah.
DB
This
Metalworks.
this was the thing I was looking at. I basically made this exact one.
You basically copied this bracket.
Pretty much. Because I already had a steering gearbox spacer that looked exactly
Which is
like that.
this
Which
half of
the
it.
3 smaller holes there, that's exactly what my steering gearbox spacer looked like.
Yeah.
So and mine was made out of steel. So I'm like, perfect. I bought a $5 orbital, like, general orbital mount
Yeah, just
off
this
of
other half.
Barnes 4-wheel drive. So yeah, I just put that on the
just
fucking
welded it together.
welded
Pretty
that,
much.
and I'm like, cool. I made this mount for $5 because that's the only thing that I
Hell
paid
yeah.
to have it
Instead of
work in
spending
my
60
situation.
bucks, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it worked out pretty well.
Sounds pretty solid.
Like I
that's
said, yeah,
what everyone's doing. Is
got to
the same.
figure out all my fucking hydraulic lines soon for this entire setup because it's gonna be a lot.
So what I did when I measured all mine was I just got a piece of like 3/8 fuel line.
yeah,
And
and
I
got an
just
idea.
laid it out,
Yep.
like marked it with like a paint marker. Like, this is the first one.
Yep.
Go to the next, this is the second. And cut them all. Either cut them to length or mark them all.
Yeah.
You could use one line for all of them.
Yeah, I just have tape and
Have
mark
one,
whatever.
like,
Yeah,
one
this is
mark
this
here.
line. Yep.
Just
Yep.
put it in place, take a picture of it. Because when you
Yes.
get your hoses made, like your orbital block, actually, let me just go to.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. As I talked to my buddy Brennan Hefner, he's a total off-road guy, Jeep guy. He said he uses the PSC field serviceable fittings, which is basically they're exactly like AN fuel fittings and everything else.
But you can tear them apart.
Yes, you can tear them apart rather than a crimp fitting, like a hydraulic fitting, which is like what Brian used for most of his.
Yeah, all of mine was crimp fittings.
That would also be very nice.
That way it was permanent.
Yeah. Oh yeah, crimp fitting. I mean, they're good for a ton of PSI, but at the same time, it's also they're way harder to work with because you have to clock them.
Yeah,
get them exactly right.
Yeah. Whereas like serviceable fittings, you can if you do
Loosen
fuck them up,
up,
you can fucking undo it and spin it and figure it out.
And that's what I was just getting at, because like with your orbital, because this is your
that's-
orbital basically.
Yep.
All 4 of these fittings are very close together.
Correct.
So if you just get your lines made and go to put them on, odds are they're going to hit.
Yeah.
So when you like take pictures, lay them out, they'll be like, oh, I've put a 45 on this one, put a short 90 on this one, a tall 90
This is
on
all
this
also
one.
happening almost directly under my radiator. So it's like kind of tight packaging. And like if I swing one too wide, my serpentine belt's kind of right there also.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, it's going to take some finesse.
Kind of cozy. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Now, I don't know if you have to mount these upright.
I was just about to say, why don't you just cock
You might be
the
able to like
orbital
flip
block
it 90 or
upside
something.
down?
I don't.
Fuck, I could.
I don't know.
I'm
I don't
pretty
see-
sure.
I don't know any reason you couldn't.
I mean, really, the only thing I could think of is
but with it being
it's going to
that
be
tight,
a bitch to purge it when you fill the lines.
you only got to purge it once.
But yeah.
Yeah, oh, no, I'll say it.
When you purge it, you just undo your return line and pour it back in. That'll fill
shit,
all the
yeah.
other half of it, and you just purge air out of it.
Yeah.
We did mine. We bled mine in like 5 minutes, and mine has to go through the gearbox and stuff. Where
Yeah.
this is just
Yeah, this is full.
You just-
this is a fully hydraulic system. There is
just
no
literally
waiting on other things.
take like the hydro lines off for the ram.
Yeah.
Fill those halfway up, screw them back on.
Yep.
At least get most of the air out
Yeah.
before you try to run it.
I do need to bring my RAM in and get fittings for that because there are no fittings on that.
Yeah.
So
But again, you just bring it there and go like, here's my thing.
Yeah.
I want to do -6 JIC
Yes.
or -8 JIC.
yeah, probably for
what
that.
can you do?
I bet.
Yeah. If you can do 8 for full hydro, I would.
Yeah. I'll do 8 from the orbital to the RAM, and
I would try to get
like I said,
8.
whatever that number 10. I do have that hose from the reservoir to the pump already.
I would just bring it to
I
them.
have that number
They'll-
10 already,
They'll be able
but-
to figure out what it is wherever you go.
Yeah, that is a hydraulic fitting though,
Yeah.
so I'll have to either
it's-
redo that one or do, like I said, PSC's field service.
Yeah.
kit.
You can just buy.
Yeah, I did not
kits
know they
from
had
them.
hose kits. I was looking for that, but I didn't.
So you
Find
go to
it?
builder parts.
I did
and
go
then
to
they have
builder parts.
Hose kits DIY.
Click the builder parts tab, the main, that
Yeah.
one, because I didn't.
Back up. So you were
Where-
like this screen.
Yeah, and I went down, scroll down. I went bulk hose and fittings. I did not.
You didn't
I didn't
scroll
scroll
one
down
further.
far enough. Which this was on my phone too, so it took like a couple
It's-
scrolls.
yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, build it yourself kits, and you just grab
Damn
like
that.
pump to steering gear or universal this. Like
Damn.
you just grab this guy for full hydros kit. You want basic hose kit front steer or premium hose kit front steer. $300, and there's a handful of fittings right there. So yeah, I don't know if they're the right fittings.
Yeah, I'll say that's the thing is they're like I'm gonna have to have at least a couple of 45s.
Oh, there you
These
go.
are number 690. This is mostly number 6s.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need 45s.
The 2088-1 has number 6s, number 8s, number 8s,
Yeah, that's the thing is like, I gotta write down everything I need to, at least like the size that I need, and then I also need to be like, oh, like let's do a 45 here, 45 there.
The amount of times that I like took pictures, drew stuff, and then show them that stuff. So it's like, oh, this makes sense when you look at it.
Yep.
Because you just walk in there like, I need hoses. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't really know.
I need hoses.
Let me share this to my computer real quick.
Yeah, it's-
because this will make sense.
It gets pretty rough.
Waiting
There's a
for
lot of shit.
response.
There's a lot of shit going on. A lot of hoses going to places, and
They're all crossing each other.
oh yeah,
too.
it's gonna be it's gonna look like fucking spaghetti. I'll be honest.
Spaghetti.
But, oh well.
Spaghetti.
But I did mount my reservoirs mounted already. Found a nice spot. I got a hole saw through my hood, and I'm leaving the reservoir has to be above the pump enough to where if you're off camber, you're never like bleeding the pump dry essentially.
Yeah.
So it has to be mounted high, aka through the fucking hood
Of your Jeep.
of
yeah.
my Jeep. Yeah,
It's got to
so
be way up there.
I'm gonna hole saw the hood at some point, and then I was planning to actually run I bought the Amazon fucking windshield washer fluid reservoir like you did.
Hey!
Why don't you just take his?
Well, because I
mine-
bought mine a year ago when I
Oh,
was gonna fucking do all
Mine,
this shit.
mine
you know?
doesn't have the wiring.
Yeah, the same way this is shown, where it's like the pump's here, it needs to be above it.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah. There's a reason, because it needs to drain down into it all
Yeah,
the
mine's
time.
maybe an inch. I have an inch or two, maybe even 3 to go up higher because like the reservoir
that's
is a
a lot.
can like this. Oh, it's a ton.
Ton of room.
But
You just
my
don't want
reservoir is a
this-
can like this. I have the bracket underneath that top fitting, but my can is actually way longer than this even.
Oh,
I
so this is
have
huge.
So I can go way up out of the hood, and it's also in the same sight line that my cage should be in. So I'm not losing any visibility there
That's
either.
nice.
So
So it'll block it out.
yeah, hopefully we'll see.
Yeah. Here's what I was gonna pop up. It's just like when I was doing mine,
Yes,
I did stuff like this.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah,
like,
just
when I-
reminders and yeah,
So when I walked in there, I could be like, here's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Like,
yeah,
I want a 45 here because it's gonna cross over this.
Yes.
And
Yep.
he's like, we have tall 90s that'll go over top
Yeah.
of it. And I'm like,
Yep.
that's way better than a 45.
yes, correct.
You know, so he has an idea of what you're looking at.
Yes.
You can tell him
And
this, you know.
what he has in stock and what he's
Oh,
done.
they've got everything.
Yeah.
If not, they'll pop up in the book.
Well, yeah, because those are just hydraulic fittings for every fucking machine ever, and every machine needs a different
Yeah.
fucking fitting, whether it's a 45, 90, straight,
Yep.
whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So actually,
so-
you can see them here. These are field serviceable fittings right behind all
Yes,
this drawing.
they are.
So these are an inner and then an outer, and they screw together to compress the hose into the fitting.
Yes.
Where the ones that I have replacing where all these colored lines are
Yeah,
just
those are-
crimped fit.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no twisting,
Which
no
are
adjusting.
easier to have made, but you are like,
You're
and
stuck
ideally
with
in the
them.
engine bay, you should never have a problem with them.
Until you change something, you have to take them off like I do, and now
Yes.
they're worthless. But
Fair, yeah.
that's fine. That's what I signed up for.
Yep.
Doing goofy
So yeah,
stuff.
hopefully these field serviceable fittings would be good.
They're nice,
Yeah.
but
But that's why I called my buddy Brendan, because I'm pretty sure he mentioned it on the Total Off-Road podcast. He was like, oh, hey, you know, whatever they were talking about at the time was, you know, hydraulic steering of some sorts. And I'm like, man, it's a good idea to just be able to either
repair them,
repair
too.
it.
Yeah.
I'll say, because I'll carry fucking 3 feet of hose extra on me just because.
in case you do rupture one or something goes weird. Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. But yeah, so I ideally, steering, a lot of shit I needed that. Barnes did send me the wrong tube inserts because I need like from the ram to the outer knuckles of the axle, which is actually like what you're controlling to steer.
For your full hydro.
For my full hydro, they sent me the wrong tube inserts. They sent me 7/8 ends, and I have a 3/4 inch everything else.
Literally
So I
everything.
emailed them, and they never emailed me back.
That's weird. They're usually pretty good about it.
Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised. But I was going to send them another message today, like, "Hey, did you get this?" Like,
You might need to
I
like
don't know.
call them. A lot of these.
I did
places-
call them, and they're like, "Send an email." I'm like, "Okay, cool."
Oh well, then.
So I'm gonna call them and be like, "Hey, I sent you an email. Can you like start that, or like give me a confirmation that you got the email
please,
or something?"
Please acknowledge
Yeah.
me, please.
Something.
Let's see.
I'll say you can go to any
Is
tire.
it this one that's sold
that
out?
yeah, that one was the one I bought. Yeah.
Yeah, the double etiquette that's sold out right now.
Yeah, supposed to be 3/4 inch Heims, 3/4 inch tube inserts, but
Mm-hmm.
two of the left-handed ones they sent me were
Everything says 3/4.
7/8.
So
yeah,
yeah,
7/8. Because I dropped the Heim in it, and they don't even touch the threads. I'm like, yep, this sucks.
this ain't it.
Well, fuck.
Yep.
So yeah, this is what
So
you
yeah,
should
waiting to get those back. Ideally, I cut all the tube. Yeah, I'll say I came over to Brian's a little early before the podcast. We cut all
today.
my
So you cut all the tubing for your anti-wrap bar,
anti-wrap bar,
left
track bar,
and your rock slider pieces.
rock slider extenders, essentially.
Yeah, to make them a little bit wider because you don't
Yep.
like how narrow they are.
Yes, correct.
While you were doing that, I was cutting plates for your shock mounts.
Yeah, the adapted version of what yours was.
Yeah.
The shock mount, which is, I mean,
the
it makes
rear.
a ton of sense. It's such a good idea and piece. And
Yeah.
you stole it from somebody else, and I'm stealing it from you. So.
Pretty much. So it's like,
Yeah.
here's more or less what mine looked like. This was already the first adaptation where I put angle iron on the ends, which is
Yeah.
how his is mounted, but it's
Yeah.
basically a bunch of different eyelets. So you can put your shocks from like the middle facing out.
Yeah,
to each
which that
side.
all is a lot of triangulation and just trying to make your shocks work the most better
Yeah.
enough.
The
I don't know.
wider the further off of 90 degrees you put them, the less efficient they are. So
Yes.
there is a trade-off there.
Yeah.
But
But having
sometimes-
Adjustability.
yes, I'll say
And
yeah. And
options.
for me, packaging, because there's not a lot of room to put a lot of stuff, especially with my anti-wrap bar. There's not a lot of places to put this on the axle itself, so I'm tipping it backwards off of the
Off
axle.
the back of the axle,
Yeah.
essentially.
Away from the engine, out towards the back of the Jeep itself.
You can see it tipped backwards here. This
Yeah,
is
this
pretty
is-
much how we're going to end up using
Yep.
it.
Pretty much.
So these holes are all in line. There's an 1.5 inch gap, but this plate is still flat, so we can bolt it through the underside of the
yeah,
floor.
it's a trunk floor essentially of my
Yeah.
Jeep. So, yep.
Nice.
Man, SolidWorks is just so much fun.
Yeah.
Just like
It
Andy
worked
came over, he's
well.
like, "How's it going?" I'm just like clicking stuff only.
Yeah, I'm like,
rapidly.
it's crazy. I was looking, I'm like, it's crazy that you know this program so well that like there's a little hesitation because you're like, oh, I have to do this thing. Other than that, it's like, oh, it's not bad.
Sometimes SolidWorks, you're like, I need to mate this face to this face, and it just freaks out and flies away.
Fair.
And you're like, that ain't it.
But luckily,
Undo.
you know the program enough to where it's like, oh, it's fast. Like, I could build
Watching-
that. I was in CAD in high school. I could build that.
Technically
It'd take
in
me
2D.
10 fucking hours to do it, but I could.
Yeah, where I
watching
did this
Brian
whole mock-up in half an hour.
in SolidWorks. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the videos, but it's like Blender animations and like models and stuff.
Okay.
But it's noob versus pro.
Oh, like
and
the-
it's like the guy trying to put in like the semi sections for a pipe, and then it's just the pro, and he's like, "Yeah, Control J. Whoop, okay,
Yeah,
I'm done."
He does a tool that just pulls it out.
And it's like, God, fucking hell.
A lofted base is the term for that tool.
Yes,
I think.
correct.
Or a loft.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's a loft.
We draw a line and it'll build a
Yes.
pipe around it. Yeah.
But yeah, so
So
ideally,
So we cut all those pieces out on the plasmer.
yep, hopefully, well, one, I need to get the 220 installed to weld all this shit really well to my frame stiffeners.
I mean, you could. It's only quarters, but you could probably tack it up pretty good.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
one
I'm
time.
planning to tack. Well, I said I'm hoping when my uncle's over here
That's
this
true.
weekend, we're gonna just run the cord real quick. Fucking one, we got to take out because it is still live to the car charger. So take that fucking box out, take the wire out of that, take it out of the breaker that's there, because that breaker is also feeding my 30 amp that's feeding the camper.
Oh,
So it's a 40 amp breaker, but it's 30 amps that the camper is using. It's good enough for now. But like I said, take that wire, the big wire out and the box out of the wall, put it where I need it on the wall on the other side of the garage, run my new wire, put my 50 amp breaker in for that, and call it
should be
good
good to go.
Yeah, should be. So
Sick.
yeah, hopefully have 220 after this weekend, and then be able to burn all this shit in well. Yeah, the shock mount I'm not super worried about burning
again,
into.
It's just a shock, so it's like even if it were, you know,
And the
to
shock
break
mount is
off,
bolting through. I'm going to be drilling holes through the frame, whereas the anti-wrap bar, I think I'm going to be welding solid
Welding
to
just to the frame.
stiffeners. Yeah. So that's what I'm more worried about. And then all the welding on the anti-wrap bar as well, because it's going to take some abuse. Because if you want to pull up the first picture, the left one.
this guy.
Yeah. This is Steve Summers' anti-wrap bar.
Ah, yes.
I've searched anti-wrap bar in the Rocks Jocks, which is the 1-ton swapped Jeeps page on Facebook.
That is like the hardcore wheelers.
Yes.
guys.
I searched that like anti-wrap setups probably 10 times. I finally found this, and then I forgot to screenshot it, so I had to find it again because everybody's asking, how did you mount your shackle, which is the upper part of this picture.
This little drop piece here.
He said he went through his floor because he has a cross member in the
right
floor
there.
pan of like the cab of the Jeep. And so
for his Jeep to be on 40s is very low.
yes, he did a very good job of packaging and whatnot, and this all makes a ton of sense where he has everything. And so that's what I was trying to kind of copy. And more than anything, I just wanted to reference.
Have some idea of what's going on his that works perfect.
Yeah, and I'm gonna do basically the same thing, but I might box the floor out. I still might put
The shackle up into the floor.
yeah, but just all I'm gonna do is like cut 3 parts of a square, fold
Fold it.
that up,
Yep.
and then box that in. That
Yep.
way the shackle is still hanging like this off of my.
But it's still fully
mount.
supported.
But yeah, because it's
and
more.
you're adding a little bit more strength.
Because with
stability in
his
there, too.
with where his shackle is, the lowest part of like the heim in the shackle is not any lower than the frame rail.
Yeah, you can see the frame here. Like it's
Yeah,
actually
it's
lower.
above it.
Yeah.
Everything is,
Right.
which I want so I don't lose any ground clearance
Yep.
like off the middle because ideally I'd like to make a belly skid at some point. Not the end of the world
Yeah,
if I don't.
Not
but
today, but soon.
but I don't like
Well,
if I just did this mount across the bottom of the frame rails, it'd be hanging out.
Oh, yeah.
3-4 inches lower than the frame.
yeah,
Right.
You're gonna
So
lose
you're losing a lot of belly height.
which is what we were looking at when we looked at it the first time, is trying not to hang it super low.
Yeah,
but
we were also doing. What else were we doing?
We're doing all the high steer at the same time.
High steer and yeah.
So we ran
and
out of
the,
time way too quick on that, but we're
yeah.
trying not to cut through the floor and put it way up.
Yeah, which I was like, I'm not opposed to putting it through the floor. I just don't want to have it supported through the floor.
Yeah.
So I'm still making a cross member that's going to go on the bottom of the frame, but I'm going to have the shackle flipped up.
Yeah.
That way it's not hanging down below the frame
Right.
rail. That way
And-
I still have that same frame belly height
Yeah.
of the Jeep essentially.
but it's
So,
fully supported.
yeah.
Theoretically, yeah.
So yeah, a little bit different. Every single person who's talked about this in that group has not explained it fully. There's either people
In one
talking
single
about
session.
well, because there's also 2 different ways you can do this. You can also do it, put the heim on the other end, or put the heim in the middle of like the lower link and this and that, and like there's a million different ways to fucking skin a cat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This just so happens to be the one that Steve uses,
That he
and I
did.
know how well his setup
Yeah.
works. So I'm gonna try to copy it as best that I can with also not cutting up the floor like he did, because I know that that was a
have
fucking
to.
mountain of time I'm sure that he had when he did that. So
Right.
trying to figure it all out. But
Yeah, ideally not doing all that, but he still wants like a back seat and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
even if it's just like a single seat.
Yes.
where you've already sacrificed all
yeah,
that space.
I actually might do, like the S10 like fold
jump
down
seats.
jump
Oh,
seats
jump seats?
from like I honestly think I might have enough to put a little like at least like a stool.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be
So,
nice just
to have.
Hey, I'm
Just
not
as a-
gonna walk back up to my truck. Give me a
Yeah, or
lift.
like we're
Yeah.
going around the campground. Hey, I can fit 2 people in my Jeep. Let's
Yeah.
fucking go up and grab food or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just to have literal seating.
Yeah,
not
literal
like
a
good or
seat
bad.
that is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I got the battery in the fuel cell, which this fuel cell tucks away way better in my back compartment area now. So yeah, ideally, like I said, maybe a stool. Like I could probably just cut the bottom off of a rolling stool and just fucking weld it to the floor of the Jeep and call it good enough. $700 for a jump seat? Hell no.
Fuck, just go to Rural King and get a
Oh, yeah.
tractor seat.
I was just thinking if any
Genuinely-
of these like just flipped up.
Yeah,
but
no, genuinely like a fucking $50 fucking folding seat.
Yep.
Literally, yeah, you just
Or like even like that
Boom.
fucking that's like a
Tree stand.
outdoor like it's a like foldable
It's a canoe seat.
Yeah, no, that's like a
Stadium.
that's like a stadium seat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
stadium
exactly.
seat,
Yes. Yep.
You
Yeah,
get the
something
most-
along those
the
lines.
most generic.
Because I have
seating.
tons of angle iron. I could make a little fucking frame for the stadium seat.
Yeah.
And that way, God forbid somebody's got to be crammed to the back. At least you have somewhere to sit in the meantime.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just
So
flop
I'm
it
not
out.
trying to stand or crouched over while holding both
Yeah.
seats.
or sit in the like very rear next to the fuel cell, or
Yeah. Yep.
or sitting on the fuel cell. God forbid.
Yeah, I'd rather them not.
Ideally,
Preferably not fucking
You could do
pinch all
that.
my lines
Yeah,
and
you could
wires and everything
do that
else.
pretty
so.
easy.
Yeah, it really wouldn't be that
Put a little
bad.
tractor seat.
I
in
might
there.
try. I might do that. Like one, not in the crunch for.
Not
this
right
is all
now.
trying to get done before
That
January.
sounds like a
1st
summer
for Hangover.
project.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a warm weather project.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things that I'll be like, yeah, I want to do this for like warm weather shit, this, that, whatever.
So what is this picture?
This is more of like what I'm gonna do.
Oh, the cross member.
Cross
kind of
members,
idea?
yeah. I was planning to just do angle iron.
Oh yeah, because you can see it boxing the exhaust.
Yeah, boxes around the exhaust and also square tubing, and then the plates I had you cut.
Yes, these are those places you had no idea what they did.
Yes. But I at least need 2 of them. Ideally, I think I'm just going to stretch this further out.
Go
And
all the way
and
to
the
the
angle
rail.
iron is going to be on the frame where this little
Gotcha.
like
Yeah.
wedge piece is.
These pieces will be at the frame, and then
Yep.
there'll be a wedge
Correct.
on it.
Yep.
I
Yep,
gotcha.
yep.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
makes
As
way
we're like
more sense.
drawing this, getting ready to burn it, he's like, "What the fuck did I? What? how
Well,
am I doing
I couldn't
this?"
remember how I wanted to connect that to the angle iron, and like I said, I'm assuming in my head I was just like, oh, I'll just space the angle iron off of the frame enough to get like sneak nuts behind it. That way, when I
Yep.
bolt it with these plates that connect to the tube, you know, blah blah blah.
You got room in there.
Yeah, it's all fucking. It's the Shia LaBeouf meme. Fucking numbers. Fucking puzzles in my head.
Puzzle
on
code
the
in the wall.
I have
That's good.
I literally on the whiteboard that I was writing down today. I should have took a picture of my
Might be the
whiteboard
first
because
time
the
I've ever
Jeep
heard
section of it, there's not an inch of it left. I have it full of shit to do. On
You're like,
it.
I always wanted a whiteboard. You look at it, you're like, wow, that's overwhelming.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I'm not gonna look at this until after this weekend when I got a bunch of shit done. Then we'll come back to it.
I remember I had a 3x5 foot when I was living at my mom's, and it was all the Blazers stuff. And like, I remember I sat down the one day and just like looked at it. I'm like, this is depressing. I gotta stop writing shit down because I would like keep notes on there, and you
Well, I'll
know,
say it sucks for me because
parts
I was
that I'd
bouncing
find.
from the notes app on my phone to
Uh-huh.
like the random shit I'm remembering to like if I have it in the garage and I'm working on it, it will not hurt to walk over to it and glance at it and be like, oh yeah, that or like that's
yeah,
fine. Like,
before I
have-
do this.
I can't tackle a 1 hour project right now, but like the windshield washer fluid,
That's
like
a
the
2-minute
reservoir,
job.
I'm
Yep.
like, oh, that was build a little fucking bracket, find somewhere to stick it, done. Like that was.
man, you built a bracket. I just self-tappered that shit in.
I don't have any. There is no flat. There is
Place
nowhere
flat.
to
Whole
put
Jeep.
in my engine bay that is flat enough to self tap. I had to build a bracket.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it kind of sucked.
There's literally no good empty space
Yeah,
in these
I
things.
well so.
Well, so it was like me
Yes,
and
pull up
the
this picture and I'll kind of explain
me
what I
and
put in. Go ahead.
the relay box. It was
Yes,
like, Where do
exactly.
you want to put this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I removed my factory air box.
yeah, this
Okay.
is
But just actually right where the reservoir cap to the right, the
Right
yellow
here?
cap, right.
oh, this one.
That is
Yeah.
where my reservoir is. That was the windshield washer, like fill.
Yeah,
Yep.
this used to be
That is where my steering reservoir is now. I built a bracket off of that right
okay.
there.
to go from
So
here.
I stole
up to
that
here.
area.
Yeah.
I put it right next to the radiator cap.
Oh, like up here,
Yes, right
Oh.
next to in between the ECU and the
Fuck
fucking
it.
radiator
where this
cap,
airbox was,
where the airbox was. But I'm also gonna have a fuck ton of lines going up to the reservoir and the pump.
and you really don't want to be in the way of all
Yeah.
those. if you
So
don't
there's a
have to
lot
be.
of shit. So yeah, the only other thing I might cram in the engine bay, which I already had in there, but I removed now because I knew the steering was going to take up the space, is the charcoal canister.
Yeah.
So charcoal canister originally was under the backseat floor.
What the fuck is a charcoal canister for?
So you don't
Emissions.
smell gasoline.
Emissions and it's an emission. It's a kind of a picky system. Some people have deleted it and they've been fine,
And some people
but I don't even
haven't.
want to. I just put it back. So I moved the battery. I moved the battery to inside the cab now. But I think I'm going to try to fit it up in that corner there.
This front right corner
Yes,
still?
because the left side, or the passenger side, where the
What are
battery
you-
is.
What are you trying to fit there?
The charcoal canister, because
Oh, I gotcha.
it is too big to fit. I was gonna try to sneak it into the fender well and just have the hoses come through the engine bay, like through the front
Front-ish.
subframe. I'll call it, I guess.
Something.
Sure.
That way, it just be the hoses come and then they go from flat to vertical.
Yeah.
And I was gonna mount the charcoal canister vertical. The charcoal canister is too thick to slide into in between the fender and the actual subframe, I'll call it.
Sure.
Damn.
So,
Just wrong enough.
yeah, it was like maybe fucking 3/4 of an inch too thick.
Shave
I'm
it
like, God
down.
fucking damn it.
can't.
I can't because the bracket it comes on, I would have to make the most complicated fucking bracket to mount this piece of shit.
To save like 1 millimeter.
To save
of room.
maybe a half inch, I'd have to probably spend 4 hours custom building a bracket.
Fuck
To start grinding it, and eventually it'll.
So yeah, I might try to put that in the front, which also with the Jeep Inline 6, the intake and exhaust from the same side. So the heat side is going to be on the driver's side, which is where my steering and everything is, which isn't that big a deal.
But there's gonna be so much heat on one side. of
Yeah,
the
which is
engine
that's
bay.
where I had the charcoal canister originally. And when I originally asked about putting it there, people were like, put a heat shield up of some sort to block it. I'm like, it's not a bad idea.
Essentially gasoline vapors going into this.
Yes.
Which are
So ideally
extremely
putting that on
flammable.
the passenger side away from the exhaust manifold should be a little bit better.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's about the only other place I can maybe put it.
It's
So,
one of very few places it'll
yeah,
actually
it's
fit.
getting tight in the old engine bay without also buying like 50 fucking feet of hoses. And there's 3 different size hoses that run to the vacuum or the charcoal canister.
Yeah, it's the least convenient thing to relocate, and you've done it twice now.
Yeah. So ideally, and if I put it in the engine bay, I get to use the same hoses because the rest of the evap system is on the passenger side. So if I can cut the hoses shorter if I put it on the passenger side, actually. So
It'll
that's
save
what I'm
you-
hoping to do.
It'll actually save you some room by not running all the hoses back and forth and stuff.
Yeah, I gotta pee.
So that's fine. Yeah, I do too. So it's not a big deal, but
I'll go yap about something.
yap about something. Okay. Yabba dabba do. I got pictures of my stuff that I've been working on.
What you been working on?
Just been pulling
I
stuff.
see a desk.
Yeah, we'll talk about that real
Ooh.
quick. But been pulling stuff off the truck.
Good lord.
I got the old shocks off the front.
Okay, I was like, are those old or those new?
These are
Because-
not new. These are here's the old
Lord.
drums off the truck. It's out in
Yeah.
the scrap pile. Here's the shocks that were on the front of the truck. And when
Uh,
I say they were bad,
well, the fact that it's rusty.
it's rusted through. Where this is, you could just break this with your fingers.
Good lord.
And this bushing is
Oh, just not there.
there was like a very thin layer of
Rubber,
here,
and that was it.
and that was it. So what I'm trying to figure out is what was this shock, because it's a very nice blue. I don't know if it was like a Monroe-matic or something.
Maybe.
It's like
I mean, that would make sense if they would have upgraded the front a little bit.
The cheapest shocks on there.
Well, but they had that big ass. Well, you have that
A big
big
old
ass
snowplow
grill
mount.
guard, but it was a snowplow truck at one point.
But I'm like,
so
it's such a nice blue. I'm like, this isn't Bilstein blue. It's too like
now you know
light
what
and
blue that
metallic-y.
Is
is?
that your
That's
factory
Ranger
shock?
blue.
Yes, it's the same blue as my Ford Ranger.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. These are off the red truck.
The fronts?
Yeah, these are the fronts. Like
Okay, yeah. You upgraded them to
I took them off so I could keep cleaning stuff up.
Oh,
But
fair.
it's like they're rusted so bad. I'm trying
The
to figure
one
out.
side, yes, rusted through.
Oh, and the bushing.
Bushy.
Oh, the lack thereof.
There was like a little bit like floating
Yeah.
around the edge.
Yeah.
That's why it clunked
Just
so
a
bad.
little reminder.
But I'm like, these used to be like such a nice color.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what they used to be. Like they don't do anything now. They're junk.
Right.
But then like, wow, these used to be nice. So I pulled those off to pull off all the brake lines, and there's not a single brake line on the whole truck. Every single piece of it's gone.
Ah, okay.
All 4 corners of calipers off. The rear
Yep.
didn't have calipers.
Oh, that's another
so-
thing I need to do is I need to do a T block on the rear axle and new lines to the. I need to pick up fittings that go into the soft lines on the 14 bolt, and then a T block because there is no T block on it right now.
The one on my rear axle goes onto my vent tube is a bolt.
Yes.
So there's a block that goes there and it bolts down to it.
That's
and
how
tees from there.
that's how a factory Jeep axle is. Yes.
Yes.
I don't think the 14 bolt even has a breather.
Oh, that's fine. Well,
So-
it should somewhere technically.
I
It
don't
has
know.
to, but
I don't know.
it might just be like a little piece somewhere it's covered in gunk.
Well, for as much shit like
You've
air chipped, especially the ribbed
true.
housing. Like there was
Ooh,
so
ribbed.
much fucking rust that came off of that. It was bad.
Mine's on like the driver's side, about a foot away from the edge.
Yeah,
So
that's how the Jeep's was as well. And like I said, it was a
Basically-
bolt that goes through it, but it also had the vent that comes up
Yes.
through it.
Yep.
And then it was
It's
a
just
T
a-
block as well. It
Yeah.
was very convenient.
yeah, it's
to
a
be fair.
hollow bolt essentially.
Yes.
But yeah, I got
Might
those-
have to do. I might fucking. I don't see why I wouldn't do that for this. I'll just drill a hole and fucking tap it, and because other than that, I don't like how else. How else are you gonna
That's the only way.
secure
Really.
the T block down onto it?
You weld a bracket or something and then bolt
Well,
it to that.
fucking
But
okay, it goes.
I mean, if you're if you're asking questions that have easy answers,
I kind of because I guess I was asking that because I don't have a T block to like figure
Reference.
it. Yeah, to reference. Yeah,
Yeah.
to figure it all out at.
honestly, you just go to like Rock Auto and look at what the rear center block was
Fair,
for
yeah.
what that came out of.
if
you know?
if they have that, I don't know.
It's like what axle roughly would that be?
06 2500 HD gasser.
Okay. Chevrolet. Go to 06.
Oh, I also
Silverado
ordered my 538 gears and a spool for my for my
for both axles.
the spool is just for the 14 bolt. The front's gonna be welded. And I also ordered a bearing and gear installer kit through Amazon. So
rear.
yeah, so everything should be ready to be put on. And
Speaking of
whatnot.
ordering parts, I got to order.
Oh, your Rock Auto?
Yeah, my second ever Rock Auto order.
Yeah.
Hold on, before we get into that, here's
Potato.
what your T block should look like.
Oh, it's just
Is this
Oh,
for brakes?
man,
What the fuck are we talking
This
about?
is a brake
Sorry, I
line
wasn't
thing.
paying- Oh yeah,
Point
yeah,
to
for the
zoom.
rears.
So here's where your block. There must be some breather on the axle then, because that's
Yep.
the bolt goes through the back side of that,
Yep,
and then
to
the lines
hold it
come out
in.
the side, and then this goes up to the frame and clips on.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this would have been. This is a 22-inch line, so you got a good amount of room.
Oh,
but
okay. That I might order that specific one then. I might go through O'Reilly's or something too.
It's
but-
like $15.
It's
here,
15 bucks. Fuck
yeah,
it,
I might
Rock
order that
Auto.
because I need something to get up to the
to get
to the
from
frame
the
side
axle
because
to
I have my
frame.
hard line going to the frame. I thought I saved. I must have sent it with the axle I sold, my stock axle I sold out of the Jeep because I can't find it anywhere.
That's fair.
But
yeah, that's roughly what they look like. Is you just go up to the frame and then you put a clip on it so it can flex in between
Yes.
it. That's how mine is.
yeah,
It
I have
works
the
great.
tab and the hard line already on the frame side. I just need to figure out where the fuck that breather is. I guess or
It should
I
be
wonder,
somewhere.
Fuck, I don't know. I genuinely have no clue.
Wacky. But yeah, that's how that should look anyway.
Well, all right,
But
fair
yeah.
enough.
Marcus, you were yapping?
So,
right.
my
Oh, yeah, your
second
order.
ever Rock Auto order, which I'm gonna probably put in tomorrow, is
So you haven't even ordered it yet, so it doesn't
no,
count.
is my timing belt component kit,
Thanks.
which is
Timing belt kit. Oh, with your pulleys and your tensioner. And,
hold on, shit, sorry, god damn it.
oh,
hold on.
gee, you went all the way to the top of the page. I saw
No.
it was fucking
It's
scrolling.
that 360 view thing, and it
Oh.
preloads every single picture. So
His phone was freaking the fuck out.
it's the water
spasm.
pump, the tensioner,
Yep.
the timing belt itself,
Yep.
water pump gasket,
Idler pulleys.
and then the 3 idlers.
Oh, yeah, you have 3. I only have
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
Well, it's the 2 outside flat rollers and then 1 toothed roller. I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have 1 idler technically and 1
Yeah.
tooth idler.
And then I got 2 front inner tie
Yeah, that's the
rods.
only difference between and it sucks because that's the only difference between the 2.5
Yeah.
and 2.2 is like they threw 1 more idler in because
Yep.
it's like, whoa, bigger motor, more more displacement. blah, 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 fucking-
Yeah.
Let's slap another idler on there. Other than that, it's the exact same.
So yeah, we should hopefully have
All the parts
all
to
of the parts
refresh.
we know
that we know
we
are wrong
should
with this
need
motor before we open it up.
to fully refresh.
fuck yeah.
I'm guessing that we may or may not snap a
Hour.
Oh,
good
Like
lord.
there.
What do you mean?
Are we at an hour yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just curious. I didn't know.
I'm like,
Sorry.
are you looking for the time?
No, I was
it's on
like,
the
I tried to make it fucking
8:30.
We've been recording for an hour and 24 minutes, and 10 of that was us fucking goofing
Yeah.
off at the
Fair.
beginning.
But
Right.
I have a feeling we'll probably, possibly, maybe break like a sensor off or
Possibly,
something
maybe.
stupid. Or worst
on the
case
front, there's
scenario.
nothing on the front.
Yeah, but just not being able to get it out, or it's so fucking
yeah.
corroded.
Realistically, what happens is you got to unclip the sensor and break the clip off.
Yeah.
yeah,
the clips,
that's
yeah,
that's
fair.
more what I mean.
Working on my 94, everything is unbelievably brittle because it's old plastic. So I broke like 3 clips trying to get stuff apart.
That, or this is something I've kind of been thinking about too. I kind of want to,
Why you been thinking it's so dangerous?
because it's loud. I kind of want to refresh the exhaust.
Same with
you
mine.
mean your exhaust that leaks all over the place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
mine's
exhaust
so
that's like
fucking
patched
loud.
in like 4 different fucking
Just order
places.
some 3-inch stainless. We'll redo the whole thing.
Okay, cool.
Fair.
That's what we did on Michael's when it sucked.
How much
Yeah.
is that gonna fuck me?
Enough.
Like how much enough? Like $200 or?
Sure. I don't know.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
I would like to put a resonator in
McMaster-
the
or not
middle of my
McMaster
fucking
car.
exhaust.
get a twisted fucking the same one that you got in your truck.
Oh yeah,
That's what I have on the
fuck-
Fiesta. and it works
turbine fucking resonator. Yeah.
great. Yeah, Twister Performance or whatever it is. Yeah.
I'm not gonna use the fucking 18-inch one. I'll use a fucking 6-inch or something. But
Just get the same one. The
packaging.
The shortest they make them is 12. It's a 12-inch body with 3 inches of flange.
I don't
on each
even
side.
need that necessarily. I just need something like
It is awfully nice.
it is fucking loud in there. Like I have the glass pack on the rear, or no?
but
no,
a glass
it's straight all the way
but
out.
a glass
It's
pack
straight all the way
burns
out.
out if it gets hot.
Yeah.
Is the problem.
Yeah, no, mine's straight all the way from the cat's back, which it's not too loud. It's just the fucking ambient noise in the cab is
It just because your cab is uninsulated
fair.
essentially.
Yeah, I go for
Something
my
like
truck,
this.
which is like nice and
Which is
quiet, and just
silent.
fucking, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
nope, not so much anymore.
Yeah, $125 for some 3-inch stainless.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
with a couple of
God,
bends.
why do I not just buy that kit just to have?
I have one. I bought this when I built the truck the first year.
Yeah.
I used like 2 pieces out of it.
Yeah,
And it's
honestly,
like,
I
have
that.
the rest of the kit just for this.
I was gonna fucking post in the Patreon chat and be like, for anybody who doesn't use V bands on just
my God.
every fucking exhaust piece ever, I will never go back to using anything but a fucking V band. It is the nicest shit on a fucking exhaust system ever.
yeah.
You know what I
Instead
did?
of using clamps and this pipe has to fit into no, you fucking chop it off. This fucking bitch welds to it, and you're done.
You know what I did the other day? I ordered a 4-piece V-band kit just so I could have some laying
Yeah,
around.
I had my 2 laying around forever. I used both of them on the Jeep. I need to buy that 4 kit. I'll be
the
honest.
4 kit is like half
granted-
the price of it's the 2 kit is $45.
Oh,
the
wow.
4 kit is $60.
So I'm gonna buy.
fuck
I'm
it.
gonna buy the 4-pack of 2.5 inch, and then I guess if I
buy-
buy the 3-inch fucking exhaust,
3-inch
then
exhaust
yeah.
kit, but for
But yeah, oh my god, I'm so fucking
clamps that you
sick of
can
this.
easily take apart and put back together
Yeah.
are so
And when you're
underrated.
actually lining it up, it literally
twist
almost
it.
magnets to itself once you get once they sit into their seats.
because there's a male flange and a female flange.
Yeah.
So as you go to
now
put it
does this
together,
kit come with the flanges?
yes, it comes like with all this stuff.
fucking
Yes, it comes
tits.
with the band and
Yeah.
the flanges that you weld to the pipe.
So there is
this
a-
is what you use when you do like actual shit.
Yes, there's a
It's
flange
so
that
nice.
sticks up and a flange that sinks in. So
Yeah.
they literally couple
Yeah.
together.
So before you actually like tighten it down, I had it literally resting together,
and it'll hold itself
and it just
up.
held itself. I'm like, this is so fucking nice.
versus
Oh.
U-bolt clamps where you just impact them and you're like, I
Yeah,
hope
you're like,
that's
I'm
tight,
smashing the fuck out of the pipe and
It's-
hoping for the
it's
best.
gonna
It's still
leak
gonna leak,
again.
and yeah,
and
no,
it'll
you
never
fucking,
come apart without cutting this thing.
Oh, yeah,
Well, it'll come apart
Without cutting it.
The U-bolt will come out,
Yeah,
but you're never
yeah.
gonna get that pipe back.
Yeah,
out.
no, the one you smashed
Yeah.
because you impacted the
Yeah.
fuck out of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, V-bands
I'm-
are amazing.
Oh, I need to tell
Yeah.
everybody. Like
That is
they're just so good.
The
dude.
word of the Lord
Oh.
today is V-bands.
Oh, it is.
So
Number 1 bestseller in automotive replacement.
$200
Correct.
bucks, and we could completely redo the exhaust from the headers back.
Well, $200 plus a couple of hangers, make some
pack of
bent
beer,
rods.
maybe a dinner. Yeah.
Yeah, whole day's worth of work, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Correct.
it's really like we did Michael's on his Subaru, and it really his old one, not the
Yeah,
new
the
one.
green one, yeah.
He did his new
Which
one by
why we
himself.
didn't? Did you not take the fucking exhaust off of that?
No,
I don't think it's the same.
It's
No.
close enough for me
it
at
was.
least.
It was pretty far off from theirs, but yeah,
I could make it work considering I'm fucking.
it's $125.
Yeah, fair.
And all
But
you
still,
need is, like-
but it was the labor of you guys putting it all together. I could have used a couple of parts
It
of that. I'm
really
sure,
wasn't
so.
that bad.
I know, but
It
still.
was. It went shockingly quick.
I'm too busy building the Jeep to fucking worry about the exhaust on my
This is-
Subaru right now.
That like A 4-post lift makes exhaust work amazing.
Oh, it does.
We just didn't have one for that, so we did it
Yeah.
on the ground. But
Yeah.
you just put all 4 wheels up on some sort of block, just
Yeah.
lay underneath it.
I was thinking of building cribs for like the Mustang, especially like just to be sitting on something while it's up in the air, especially like for the Mustang. If I got to drop the transmission and shit,
Something
like,
that's-
and I don't have the lift yet, like I need something for it to sit on. So.
Yeah, you need like race ramps up to a small block, so then you can get a jack underneath it to pick
Yeah.
it up. Like,
No, I can sneak my low pro.
oh, your little guy.
yeah, my big one.
yeah, your low pro long reach.
Yeah, low pro long reach is fucking beautiful.
But it's the only jack in the world that
well,
fits underneath.
I
that
get
thing.
it. I put it under there enough. I put it under the subframe connectors, aka frame stiffeners. Put that under there, and then I fucking put a jack under that,
Yeah.
and then I actually put the fucking jack where I need it to.
It's
under the
pretty awkward,
differential
but
in the
it
rear
works.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Same with getting the Fiesta up. I have to lift it from the side because there's no way of getting
Yeah.
up on a ramp or
Yep.
anything.
Yep.
Luckily, a jack will fit underneath that for now, but it's like,
Yeah.
it's cozy.
Yeah.
So what else did you work on?
So I got all the brake lines off the whole truck
Nice.
Yep.
because they were
Because
all,
you were going to refresh them anyway.
Yeah.
were all-
They needed it.
they were all questionable.
Yeah.
Most
They're
of them looked
from
good.
'94,
Well,
So a lot of them have been replaced, but
but
but the fact that you're going to put a brand new brake booster on
going from vacuum boosted to hydraulic boosted,
Yeah.
my line
Fair.
pressure,
is going to skyrocket.
people say it doubles. I don't know about that.
But
it will go up.
It's going to go up.
maybe 1.5,
And doing
you know.
discs front and rear with a bigger master cylinder.
Yeah.
So the stock bore is like 1.125". So I'm going up to 1 5/16", which is noticeably bigger. So it'll push more fluid when I push
Yeah.
the pedal because that's
Hey,
just what it's designed for.
Do you know what a bench bleed is on a master cylinder?
Use a vacuum bleeder and you don't need it.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Vacuum bleeder bypasses that.
Okay.
That's
Well,
like with a bench bleed, you basically fill the master and let it run out the fittings on the bench so everything's full.
well, or you you circle them back in.
kind of, yeah.
Like it basically, yeah, the fittings on the side of the master, if you hook them back into the puddle that's already in the master, you're just pushing the air into the fluid and the fluid escapes out of the big area.
Yeah.
essentially, yeah.
Out of the bucket.
Yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
you're
So I
looking
think-
at like this guy.
Yes,
where you just
exactly.
loop right around. This is what a bench bleed technically is,
Yes.
which is it is a good thing to do, but a vacuum bleeder is better. It
Yeah.
will bypass this.
So when I learned what this was, it was after I installed the new master cylinder on the Jeep.
after you'd already done it,
Yeah. So never did this when I put the master in the Jeep, which makes sense to why everybody's like, why are your brakes so bad before I did my disc brake in the rear conversion?
yeah. When we're sitting on like a hill and we're just like, hey, can you guys get
I'm
off
like,
the
yeah,
hill,
can
please?
I be on the flat, please?
Meanwhile, like Steve behind us, he's like, I'm fine.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
like,
know
no,
what you're-
I'm on the floor and nervous.
Yeah, it's
like,
like it-
please, God, move if you could.
It might let go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, never did this, and that's most likely
Yeah.
the reason.
That
but-
is,
fuck
yeah.
no,
There's
just-
probably just some air trapped
Yeah.
in the cylinder,
Just
but
put a fucking vacuum bleeder on
a
there.
vacuum bleeder will pull all
You
the
can
air
get
out.
one
Fair,
cheap at
yeah.
Harbor
I have
Freight.
no, I have one. I have
he
I have
has
a really nice one actually from
Fucking
Amazon.
love
Yeah.
fucking vacuum bleeders.
So, yeah, that's-
makes fucking bleeding
What?
bleeding.
Are you
brakes
having a
so
fucking
much
stroke?
easier.
Having a brain,
Yeah.
brain hematoma?
I actually I wouldn't
Fuck, I
mind bleeding the
wish.
brakes on the Subaru because they after sitting, they got pretty bad. So
you might have a leak somewhere. that you
well,
don't know
true,
yet.
but at the same time, well, the fluid amount is all like it's been good since I
your master
did 'em
might
last
have an
time.
internal leak too.
fair.
One of
That-
the O-rings
that is true.
inside of it could be loose.
Yeah, which
that happened to Michael's Black
I'll say,
Ranger. We
wouldn't
bled
mind-
everything on the whole truck.
Yeah, it's
and
still
eventually
fucked
had to
up.
replace the master.
wouldn't mind replacing that, especially when I put the discs on the rear.
You need to.
Yeah.
Technically, you should anyway. When
I
you
would.
replace the discs because your proportions are going to be different now.
Fair, yeah.
So if like because your Legacies never came with discs in the rear, did they?
Yes,
Nope.
they did.
They did.
Yes.
Oh.
just
order-
the bigger
Yes.
the mine is the base model, so anything
Yes.
more than that did. So,
So just
L's
order
and limiteds and whatever the fuck.
Order a
yeah.
master for a limited.
Yeah.
and it should bolt right on and have the right flows.
I don't know if they also had ABS though.
You don't. The
Why
ABS
do
is probably
that?
separate. It's either a sensor that screws in. If it is,
Fair.
you just cap it,
Fair.
or if they did. Well, I'm sure they did, but
Yeah. No one has really done from disc to or from drum to
drum to
disc
disc.
on a
Legacies.
right because majority
never
Be the
wear
first to do it.
Yeah.
Be an innovator.
because they never wear out.
Well, yeah.
'Cause
Well,
the
yeah,
car
no,
doesn't weigh
drums
anything.
are fine until you actually give a fuck, or if you were like me,
Till you
who
have
I
to
just
work on them.
I had the discs on a parts car. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking those because I fucking want them.
These are mine.
You should have
now.
taken the master off the parts car. Honestly,
I didn't think about.
I didn't even
it
think
at the
about
time,
that
but
either. But yeah, you just need to replace it with a master off of one that had discs in
Actually,
the back, and you'll be
I
fine.
am after driving it again. Dude, the fucking transmission's so bad. Oh my god,
Dog ass.
Like can't even hardly find third anymore. It's fucking.
Get a refresh kit.
You need to drive the
No,
Fiesta.
for
just be sad.
$500, I get a whole other parts car.
Then
Another
go do
one.
it.
Man, yeah, I know.
But
That's
the
the
trans
thing.
might be just as bad.
They did not money shift it like I did. They were not
Probably
thinking
not.
they were Ken Block in the wintertime and went as I'm trying to find fucking
You've
a
done
lower
that.
Grind to find.
You've done that more times than is healthy. That's
yeah,
fair.
no, that trans owes me nothing. It's
Yeah.
just it's
you
not going
owe
to be
it money.
There is
Yeah.
a like shifter bushing repair that you can
Oh,
do.
yes, I should do that when I replace it. Like when I
That
replace
will-
the transmission itself.
We did
but
that on
yeah.
the Blue Ranger, and it made a night and day difference.
I do
How
believe
much better.
I do believe that is part of it.
You
but-
also believe your trans is fucked.
Yes, because it was literally the second after I fucking grinded it like a
It just
motherfucker.
kind of gave up a little
Like I
bit.
said, I money shifted it once. From that day on, it has acted different.
You, like,
and that
bent-
was 2 years ago.
Probably bent the shift fork just a little bit.
It's
Now
not good.
Now
It's not good.
maybe you should.
I tried to downshift, and it was like
no.
it was at like 8. The engine was supposed to be at 8,000 RPM, but the fucking red line was like 6. So it was just angry until it wound down enough to fucking.
Because you're trying to go
ride.
from what, like fifth to third and
No, it was like
or
I think it was like
something?
third. I thought it was second to first, maybe. Oof. But like it was for sure.
Were you
on the-
accelerating or braking?
I was downshifting to get slower. Like
Yeah.
I was running out of power, so I downshifted. But like I said, I want to say it was from second to first because that's the most
Yeah.
noticeable like torque difference.
Super jump.
So I want
yeah.
to say it was from second to first around a corner, and it
this was like fourth to third, maybe, and
maybe, but it was
That'd be a
bad.
lot
Whatever
of
it was
RPM.
bad, and has never been the same since. And I also flushed it, and there was a lot of metal shavings.
you ground the gears.
I'm
all
literally
the way.
grinded the fuck out of it.
when you know me for in elbow.
Put a little bit of stuff in.
No,
the
I put
wrong
I put
spot.
some fucking additive in it. I put royal purple fucking fluid in it, and
Never fixed it.
it got better when I did the flush, but it's equally as
Noticeably
bad, if
getting
not
bad.
worse. Now it's bad.
Still kind of ass.
Yeah, I think before next rally season,
Get
it'll
another
make
parts
it up.
car.
Well, you can put
Yeah.
discs on. You can go prepared and do.
It's that depending on what I do to it, it's gonna probably happen.
Yeah.
So
You go
we'll
beat
see.
up on everybody else and prepared.
I hope so.
Get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running away in stock class. I mean, if Michael would have showed up to every event, it would have been closer.
It would have been
but-
tight. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's duck hunting and actually killing things, so he's like enjoying it.
Oh, fair, yeah.
So
But
yeah.
So ideally, yeah, to get that swapped at some point. Not now. Not before the fucking next rally event this Sunday.
Yeah, did you guys register yet?
No, I need
I'm
to do
gonna
that.
that yet tonight.
I did.
Yeah,
I saw you were registered early.
Yeah.
You're excited.
Fuck
I
yeah.
registered
Your car's
Sunday
gonna
night.
overheat on the
Excited
way
to
there.
get your
Shut
ass
up.
kicked.
It shouldn't overheat. It
Womp,
throws an
womp.
error code or a
Hold
check
on.
engine light
What's
now.
the temperature going to be like this weekend?
like 52 for a high, I think.
Hell yeah.
Better than what it was today.
She's gonna be
Oh,
mint.
55 is a high on Sunday. Let's
Yeah.
fucking
But
go.
with all the water in the ground right now, it's gonna be icky.
oh, it's going to be good,
it's gonna be
dude.
icky. You're
It-
screwed, Marcus.
Yeah, there's
It-
not going to be enough sun to dry it out.
be
It's going to be
fine.
tacky.
Yeah,
It's
but
going to
he
be
has
fast.
good tires and you have cheap tires.
Yeah. I have
cheap new tires.
I have all
He has
terrains.
fucking mud tires, basically.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
They did
Aw,
awesome.
shit, that's
I'll
right.
say they did
Yeah.
awesome, actually.
Yeah, the
For
weather-
as much as I've done
nails.
today,
I'm gonna
yeah.
drive by your house and just
Fuck
throw
you.
nails out.
I have one spare. You only get to sabotage one.
You can only catch one with a nail, but
But
Yeah,
nah, it's it throws a check engine light now because it doesn't build enough heat to heat up.
you have your summer thermostat in still.
Yep. I'm not worried about it.
I'm not worried about it. Honestly, that's fair for racing it.
Yeah.
Well, and it was funny too because people listening don't know, but I texted the group chat in Discord and I was like, "So, Andy, you taking the big
Oh,
trailer?"
yeah.
He's like, no.
I was
Yeah,
like,
we
"Damn,
wasn't planning on it.
okay."
Yeah. Speaking of that, I need to drag my my 16 footer out of the fucking weeds and put the plate on it and probably grease the bearings again and
Just kind of do a once
Double
over.
check that.
Make
We'll
sure the
probably do
tires are
that.
holding air and
yeah,
stuff.
fair. Because I shoved it in the weeds
Um,
after.
My car still hasn't. My trailer.
we'll-
I saw
we'll
it.
talk
car
about
yeah.
that
trailer. I
after.
parked it and then unhooked from it, and it's been
Yeah.
sitting there ever since.
Correct.
We'll talk about the rally plan after.
Oh, for like us personally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I want to see
Gotcha.
what the game plan is because Tori's coming.
Oh,
cool,
okay.
cool.
cool,
It's going to be 52 degrees and she's going to be outside all day.
Unless she's gonna be in the car co-driving.
Yeah, I
all
was
day.
saying. Well, you can park it up close to maybe where she can kind of watch
You
some
won't be able
stuff.
to see anything from there. It's kind of.
Fair.
She's
Yeah.
probably gonna drive with me.
No, that's what I
Yeah.
mean. Yeah, like you can park your car when you're out track or when you're
Oh.
working corner. That way she can be in the car
Give her somewhere to hang out.
at least out of the
Out of the
wind,
wind.
maybe.
Yeah. If none of us are racing, she'll probably be like, "I'm gonna sit." In
Does
the
she?
car.
Does she have a pair of Carhartt overalls? Because it's gonna be cold enough. If she's
I'm gonna talk to her.
I'll say if she's sitting there doing nothing, it's miserable to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're
more
corner working, it's gonna
miserable.
suck.
Yeah.
I gotta heat it. I'm gonna bring my Carhartts.
You're up. Your top half will be fine, but
I don't get cold, so it's
yeah,
fine.
I'm gonna bring my fucking Carhartt overalls and at least a Carhartt sweatshirt.
It's gonna be
so.
50 degrees. It'll be fine.
Yeah, but the wind.
Yeah, I'll say if it's fucking sleeting or gets any worse, then yeah, it might be bad.
That's how cold it was at Freezer Curves, and it was fine,
Fair.
more or less. But
yeah, we'll see.
fair enough.
Yeah,
But
Continue
I'll say
on with what you were.
Sunday
going
is the
with.
only
God
nice
damn it.
day. The day before is
well, there's no practice
high
on
of
Saturday,
40.
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, if the temperature moves a day,
the
from
ground is
now-
going to be icky.
Yeah.
Either way.
well tacky.
It might be icky. It might be.
I'm
icky.
hoping it dries out just enough to be tacky.
just to be tacky.
Yeah, that's all I want.
I hope not, because there's a Fiesta in my class.
Yeah,
It's not Evan, but it's still a Fiesta. I don't.
Oh no! Oh, is it the green one again, or the
no,
red one,
the green one's in prepare. The red one isn't there.
or the orange? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Samantha's car, but
We'll see how.
Isn't it like cheese something on the plate? Something?
no, it's chicken.
Chicken.
Like
Okay.
chicken 5'8" or something.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
Isn't that one of the tech guys?
no, he was parked next to the tech guy, so we thought it was at first.
She was.
The tech-
she,
the
they
tech guy
kind
that
of
day
knew
was-
her though. I thought. Like,
She's been rallying
yeah,
for a couple
yeah,
of years. The tech guy was Ben Howe that day. He's got that black fucking Imprezi.
Hey, look, there's
Yes.
my shit box.
So there's
Wow.
this.
Oh,
is
What the
I
fuck?
love. That's the Copart picture he bought.
It is.
yes, it is. So
Dude,
I'm like,
that's fucking dope.
I'm like, I don't think it's an ST.
No, it does not look like an
And
ST.
these are base wheel, or not base wheels, but like SEL wheels or whatever. So I'm like, I might have a chance.
Fair.
I see. I might be a limited. These look shiny for the grill. I don't know. Either way, but
know.
this is what's the class picture for it shows.
That's dope.
I don't recognize his name, so I'm like,
Can we go back up and see who's in all wheel?
in all
Fair.
wheel?
I would like to see. Michael's coming, right?
Michael Herrera?
No,
No.
your brother.
No, I texted him today. He said he's not going to make it.
Fucker.
Yeah. Mark, some dude in a fucking goofy ass.
Hey, look,
fucking-
that's my shit box.
It looks so nice in this picture.
It does look so nice.
and it's so not this nice.
I'll say the fender has a little shine on the
shine.
paint. Fuck.
I think because it had like just rained.
you can't tell
Oh,
it's all
absolutely.
fucked up back here.
Yeah,
like-
correct.
My light bar is not there.
That one wheel doesn't look all fucking corroded and
Yeah.
fucked up. Yeah.
Rohan Gandhi in an Outback, name or year not recognized. An 07 Impreza
Okay. Minnesota.
from
LKQ.
Stewartville, Minnesota.
Oh.
I don't recognize
LKQ
any
like
of
the
these
junkyard?
people.
Is
Oh.
LKQ a junkyard?
Yes, it is.
I'm pretty sure it is. Is this like
I was thinking LKCS
Uh-huh.
in Peru. I thought it was
Yeah.
that. No,
Oh,
LKQ is the fucking junkyard. That he's sponsored by a junkyard.
He's
Duh,
sponsored
it's
by
a
a-
Subaru. I
Yeah.
got the joke
That's
now.
funny.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
funny.
That's pretty good, yeah. Like LKQ online is just you just find parts from
Yes,
junk cars.
duh. It is. Yeah, LKQ is.
That's funny.
That's hilarious,
That is
actually.
funny. Yeah.
I don't recognize anybody on here so far except for
Herrera.
Herrera.
Yep. 2022 Super WRX. Huh.
Yeah. This is that blue one. It was at one event.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
'Cause
Yes. Yes.
This is the one Michael was at. Because I remember he
Okay.
talked to this guy and he's like, is it normally like this? He's like, no, there's way too much grip today.
Ah,
that was the
yeah.
time that side by sides
Yes.
rolled over.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was the one that I missed.
There
Yep.
was a blue one and like an orange one.
So I'm not too
They're
worried
both
about
new.
him.
He was. I don't
remember
taking
his time.
Well,
but
yeah.
But
He's in a 22. he gives a fuck.
Millward's back in the 2.5
Yep.
RS.
Yeah. I
A little worried
we looked
about
at
him.
this last week. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
We looked at it like quickly, and then Mercedes Benz unknown.
Yeah.
TBD. Yes.
I don't
yeah, we kind of
know.
talked
Unless
about
it's
that.
turbo diesel.
Oh.
Could that be turbo diesel? Is it like a 300
Stock
SL or
all-wheel
something?
drive. I don't know.
Google it. Just
I don't-
Mercedes-Benz TBD.
Well, wasn't there like an Audi or something we were looking at that was? We tried to figure out what the fuck it was. Because we were looking at like I thought it was an Audi, like A4, A5.
That was in something else. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't come with anything. That was in here somewhere
But
else.
so
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were
that's
trying
in
to figure
prepared.
out-
The orange one's in prepared.
Ah, okay. Cool.
Subaru WRX 23.
No, I thought we were we tried to figure out.
That last time we looked at it, the classes hadn't been sorted yet.
Yes.
Yes,
they were just in bulk.
There is something somewhere that was like an Audi
A4.
Okay,
Modified all.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we
no.
were like. Because we were like, what the fuck class is that? Like,
Yeah.
because I was convinced it was an all-wheel
confused.
drive, but it's
Yeah.
a modified
So-
all.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm not worried about absolutely getting last.
Fair.
dude,
there's
all
a
I-
lot of people in this class.
All I have to do is send it harder than the
there's
dude in the
7 already?
22.
Yeah, there's already 7. Andy's not signed up, so there's 8 people in stock all right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It does suck because like,
However, stock front has the Typhoon in it for some reason. And I don't.
Oh,
That's
no.
not where that's supposed to be.
I'm assuming he's bringing something else. This is Chris with the Typhoon.
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
for some reason he's in here, so I don't know what that's about.
So maybe he bought a beater. He's like, well, everybody knows me for the Typhoon, so.
Yeah, he just bought something random.
Right.
I just got to beat Ben in the Mini. That's my fucking. Got to light him up.
Is Ben second in points?
He is second in points right now. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, but you have him by quite a few, don't you?
Like 4.
Yeah, no, I think
Hey,
I think I'm beating
400.
Herrera by like 8 or something. It's not enough.
It's not a far gap by
Yeah.
any means.
Wasn't there like a banquet?
Yeah, in February.
There's a banquet,
okay.
and then there's also the
We go to K1 speed.
K1 speed.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's 2.
The one is the Milwaukee Region SCCA.
Yes.
The one is the Milwaukee Region Rally.
Okay,
SCCA.
yeah. And the rally one is at K1 speed.
That's
which
a
is gonna
K1
be
speed in
fucking around.
February.
Yes,
Gotcha.
yes.
Okay.
We're doing like legit racing, not
Yes.
just best lap. So it's gonna get rowdy.
Yeah.
So we'll actually see who's the best, car not included. You know,
Not me.
Andy and I are gonna fucking wreck each
Oh, I'm gonna be so fucking ignorant that
We're
day,
gonna be
dude.
so pissed.
They're gonna kick you out.
Where is it at K1 speed? Is it the Joliet one or no?
It's not. It's not Addison. I know it's not that. 'Cause I looked at
Wisconsin
it.
though.
Yes,
We have the one event
The
we
one
have to
event-
fucking make a drive
the one
for.
that's the
Damn.
farthest away. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
son of a
whatever.
bitch.
we gotta stop at Cracker Barrel, get some mimosas on the way up.
I'll say, are we gonna fucking spend the night there? Probably.
We probably will.
probably should.
Probably should. Yeah, there's a difference of will and should.
Yeah.
Probably should.
That's fair.
Yeah, spend the
Yeah.
night in Wisconsin.
No, that's
whatever.
fine. I'll say I'll fucking throw Blue down with my sister and have them all hang out and whatnot. Oh,
Yeah.
my sister was gonna ask me to fucking. I gotta find out when that is. She asked me to dog sit because she like my uncle's. She usually dog sits my uncle's dogs. They got 2 huskies,
Okay.
but her friend is gonna be in labor, so she has to go to her friend's house and
So she has to watch
her
someone
dogs
else's dogs.
and then go to the hospital and say hi to the baby and whatever, and then go back to the house and dog sit the
so
friend's
she
dog.
needs to watch someone else's dog, so someone needs to watch her dog.
Well, no, my uncle's dog, who she had already said yes to, but
Okay.
but now that the due date is getting closer, they're like, hey, it's gonna be like
It's gonna get dicey.
maybe not. Like you might have to go to the pregnant friend rather than my uncle. And the
Believe it or
huskies,
not,
so.
I'm in the same boat.
ah
I need to watch Michael and Grace's dogs
oh yeah
because Grace's sisters are going on vacation, so Grace has to watch their dogs. So since she'll be over there, I'll have to go watch their dogs.
Say, I'm gonna pull.
So it'll be in kind of the same trajectory.
Man,
The
why don't y'all
22nd.
just get
Oh, that's
cats? They
this
fucking
weekend.
take care of themselves.
'Cause they
Oh, never mind.
fucking
Oh, it is this weekend. Oh fuck, god damn it! It is
this weekend when you have a bunch of stuff going on.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they can go hang out at your woods. They're huskies. They like being outside in the cold.
They're fucking no. They're in Pontiac. They're like not even the same fucking direction.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And then her friend is
So
in the
Andy
fucking
might
Quad
not go to
Cities.
rally.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
friends in the Quad
you
Cities.
might not go
so
to
like,
rally.
No, I'll figure it out.
Well, you better figure it out soon.
I'll call in
bucko.
some
You're
favors.
gonna call
I'll-
him, hey
yeah.
mom, listen.
Well, yeah, it is her brother for fuck's sake. So
Yeah.
yeah,
How you
I
got
could
roped
pull
into
that and be
this.
like, hey, appreciate
Just for
I'll-
Sunday.
Well, no, because I got a fucking my
You gotta
uncle's
dig
coming
the-
over
and you gotta
Friday
dig
and
the
Saturday.
trailer
so
out
no,
Saturday
Yeah,
and-
fucking no. This sucks.
You're screwed.
Fucking damn it.
Damn, you got screwed. Whatever, man.
Damn. Whatever.
Cool. One less person I have to not.
Fuck you.
beat.
No, I'll be there.
He'll
I'm
make-
telling you, I'm calling favors. I'm winning this fucking
Andy
points
has to be there to
championships.
win points, otherwise
Yeah.
Michael Herrera beats him.
Yeah, because Michael's done 4 events.
He's consistent.
Yeah.
And Andy might
I
not
skipped
be.
one event
We
to
just-
hang out with my girlfriend, and she ain't
That's-
even around anymore. So that was fucking stupid.
See where not racing gets you?
What
That's why
the fuck?
I've attended every event.
Fair.
Look
Yeah.
at me win.
See, we just
Some bitch.
Some
this
bitch.
this year was my warm up year. My warm up season.
You better be fucking warm for this
It
weekend.
was for me too, but then I won 2 of them back to back. I'm like, damn, I just got to win 2 more, and I'm fucking points champion.
I won 3 back to back, and then Fiestas keep showing up.
Yeah, damn Fiesta's ruining
won-
your mojo.
I'm on 1 in a row right now after freeze your curds.
That's
so
fair, yeah.
Just gotta get 2, and that's it. Can't let Ben get no
One
first
more,
place
baby.
on me.
One more.
It's the last one, but
Christ.
oh yeah, we were talking about the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is your hydraulic lines. This is the finished lines.
All the hydroboost lines are.
Oh, this is all new. This is your new
brake
master.
lines.
Everything's the master isn't done yet. It's just sitting here for the picture.
Yeah,
still.
yeah. But
So here's the hydro boost
Yes.
module. So it takes pressure off the pump, which is the new pump, for reasons that'll make sense.
okay.
Feeds pressure out into the booster.
Yep.
The booster then returns the pressure down to the rack,
Yes.
then steers through the rack, goes to the cooler, comes back from the cooler into the return, into the tank.
Lord.
There's a lot of things going on here.
Yes.
And thank God for factory lines because it looks clean.
It does. Yeah.
But
Thank
it's-
God.
in my head, I'm like, this is a nightmare to figure all this out. because now the booster and the rack both have a return line.
Ah.
So if you look closely, my pump now has 2 returns.
you
There's
got a
one
T
here
in there?
and one. No, they're separate.
Holy
So this
shit.
Master is off a
God.
GM Cayenne 3500 or whatever. They
Mm.
had hydro boost and a rack with a cooler, so it has 2
Ah.
inputs for return lines.
Lord.
So now I've
You got a funky setup, but as long as you
Oh,
know,
you ain't
Hey,
done
it
yet.
works.
I'll say, as long as you know what the fuck's going on, it's not bad.
This is what's going on
What
here.
the fuck is that even?
So the forward pump drops into the top, not onto the back like mine. So since it's a GM style pump, I have to adapt out to a
And then
dash
90.
adapt out to a dash 6, 90 the dash 6, and then adapt back to the 16 mil thread
the
or whatever.
That
it
was
is.
that fitting that you're like, no one makes this shit.
Yes, this is the
Yeah.
shit that doesn't exist. Well, actually, this isn't. Technically, that is these fittings up here.
Yeah, but they're Ford specific, not.
I figured out why no one makes them because
that?
they're built like an airline fitting, like a air compressor, where it's a crimped flange with an O-ring,
They're just overly complicated
like
for
an
what
AC
they are.
fitting.
yeah. Yeah. Huh.
If I can think of what it actually looks like. Yeah, this kind of showed the fitting. This fitting would slide backwards and it's not connected. But
Yes.
it's the tube. It crimps like flat to make a seal.
Yep.
Then the fittings on there.
Yep.
This is what the end of that looks like.
Huh.
So it's more like an AC line
Yep.
fitting, not like a hydraulic
That's
fitting.
so fucking dumb.
That's why nobody had it, because it doesn't exist. Because it's not made for hydraulics to be that big. It's made for like an AC line
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
Crimp, crimp, clamp. This guy. These guys.
Hey, wow.
Where it's like a
Yeah.
bulb, not a barb.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a very strange thing. That's why no one had it, because it doesn't exist, because no one uses
yeah,
it.
that's fucking dumb.
So that's
Well,
that's
yeah,
where that
there's
got.
that. I mean, it.
That's why I couldn't.
Like
just,
I said, as long like all these hoses are ideally connected now, so like
everything's connected. Right
you
now.
figured it out. It was just a lot of bullshit to get there.
Yeah, it was just like this line here is a perfect fit. OEM goes
Yeah.
right to the rack where it belongs. I had to
Yes.
take out my dash 6 converter
Oh yeah.
that was already in here.
Yeah.
Because
But,
here's
you
my
know,
crimped line going off the
yes.
other way.
Yep.
I had to take that out because this end I can't convert because they don't make that size.
Yeah. Oh god.
Good lord.
I'll say, luckily my brake and steering systems are separate.
Yeah.
Thank
Having them together
fuck.
is nice because it works good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This
and like,
adapter train.
hey,
is
when
just-
it was stock, it was fine.
Put it this
but
way.
like now that you're like assisted and fucking you
Boosted
got
and-
boost instead of oh Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
this adapter's $20. This elbow's $20. This adapter's $20
Yeah.
for like a $12 line. Like it got pretty awkward for a little bit, but it's connected. So thank
Yeah,
God.
and I'll say, like I said,
works.
there was a lot of bullshit, but you got it done, and here we are.
all-
And fucking thank fuck.
all connected up.
So what else you been working on?
We'll just wrap it up real quick with some Fiesta numbers. So
Sick.
it was relatively nice out. This
Yeah,
would have been
boost
like,
weather. Some would
it
say.
was getting close to boost weather, so I'm like, all right, time to break out the Draggy and see how quick this thing goes. So what for people who don't know,
Okay.
the Draggy is like a GPS box that's super accurate.
Yeah, it's a quarter-mile timer, but GPS driven, and you
Yeah.
can put it in any car. It's USB
It's-
powered, so
it's-
anything with a car
Yeah,
charger.
well, it's got a battery in it, so it's
Oh,
you
fair,
just magnet
yeah.
it onto something and it's good anywhere. And you just charge it up every once in a while.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, all right, fine. Let's see how this goes. It has zero traction. In
Yeah,
first
I
gear.
figured as much. Yeah, I knew that.
Like less than zero. Second gear is also useless. Third gear kind of
Starts-
hooks up.
You're starting
Yeah.
to get traction.
So I'm like, by the time
Did you like pick a good road, or were you just
No,
any
I just
road?
picked a road.
Okay, fair.
So I'm just like, we'll just see what it does on a shit road. So immediately I give it a little gas and kind of drop the clutch into first, straight to wheel spin. I'm like, all right, second gear, all the way wheel spin. I'm like,
So I see two white pictures. I'm assuming you had one where you spun, one where you
no,
figured it out.
I spun
or-
on
okay,
both of
fair.
them, but it's just the two I did. I gave up after that. My first one was a 17-second quarter
That's
mile.
no, that ain't right.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
no traction.
My 0 to 60 was 10 seconds.
Good
No.
lord.
You could see this.
Yeah.
So this orange line is your acceleration. It's take off negative.
It's
Start to
rolling.
take off, kind
spinning.
of shaky. Shift.
Yep.
Shift. Or no, tire shake. Tire shake. Shifts like bad.
Good lord.
But what is
And it's invalid because it has low satellites.
there wasn't enough satellites on this road. But
Oh,
what you don't notice is that from 60 to the end of the quarter is 102 miles an hour.
Oh,
So I did 60 to 102 in about 7 seconds.
Nice.
that's pretty good.
Which is I did 40 miles an hour quicker than my 0 to 60.
Yeah.
which means once it hooks, it actually goes.
I was like, I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. I don't. You don't have.
I don't have a
this,
60 to 130, which would be what you'd compare.
Well,
to,
yeah, no, but I have my whole draggy screenshot.
Okay.
From
Do you guys have one of those?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I borrow it?
Why,
I
your
want to
shit's
do
all
the bike.
slow. Oh,
Oh, fair.
like, all your shit's so slow.
Yeah, your bike would be a good one to compare to my.
Yeah, it's like if I could
here we
take
go.
off worth the damn.
If you had
okay,
traction.
where's your? I can't read. You want to zoom in?
What do you
on
wanna
the bottom
look at?
half of it?
Yeah.
The numbers.
yeah.
Okay,
My
60
60 foot was 4.2 seconds.
Mine was
Lord.
2.8.
You say
So-
it should be in like the ones, the high ones to low twos.
Yeah.
Because that's your first 60 feet. It took me.
Yeah, this
4.5
was also not the
seconds.
drag strip. This was the public road, so I was spinning a little bit as well.
Yeah, but you weight transfer.
I'll say,
onto
yeah,
your grip.
yeah, exactly.
I weight transfer off of my grip, so it gets bad quick.
Well, my 8th mile was 8.07 seconds.
Mine is 12.2.
Okay.
What
Yeah,
mile an
You're
hour?
fighting for traction.
At-
now. I mean,
yeah. What was
Yeah.
your speed?
What's your mile an hour at the 8th?
the 8th.
Yeah, does it say?
98.
Okay, so you have
Okay.
20 miles an hour on me at the 8th
Yeah,
already.
but again, you are
Spinning.
struggling, and I'm also on like a 315 tire.
if you know
so-
what road, I was on E4. So heading from my parents' house right before the interstate, you take a left, head towards Peru.
Yes, I know.
I was-
yes.
it's a
That's
not great road.
That's not a good
no.
road.
I
And it
would have
was-
done it like
On-
from the stop sign to E4.
Yeah.
There was
But
a
yeah.
car there. Otherwise,
Fair,
that's where
yeah.
I was pull up to the stop sign. I was gonna like creep onto the
Yes.
nice 2-lane.
Yes.
and then
Yeah.
I saw a car. I'm like,
Which actually, hold on, wait. Let me zoom in on this. Where the fuck was this? Oh, this is 89, Route 89.
okay,
Is where this pull was apparently.
Sure.
I'm almost positive.
yeah, because that'd be you and me doing it. would
Yes, it
not?
was, yeah. We must have been going to a Cars and Coffee.
That sounds like probably. We were probably going down to Peoria.
Or no, we actually might have been like cruising around with me and you just bullshitting because I think we went out
Maybe.
to like Lost It and shit or Leonore. I think we did that.
I don't know what we would.
But yeah, like from this screenshot that I just took. Actually, hold on, wait. I'll
Yeah.
pull up the video. I guess.
Well, if you go to the screenshot, if you swipe up, does it give you like the location tag?
no, because I screenshotted at my house.
Fair. Yeah, but
Um,
yeah, your twin turbo V8 Cobra that makes
Yeah.
700 and something wheel
yeah.
versus my minivan hatchback.
How many liter? 2 liter?
1.6 liters
1.6.
with just a little turb ski on it, you know. But yeah,
Yeah, it doesn't have any fucking.
so it was like afternoon. It's kind of cold and shitty. It's like it wasn't rainy, but it just wasn't nice. I'm
Yeah.
like, I was gonna do the 60 to 130 pull. After seeing how sketchy it got, just doing like 0 to 100, I'm like,
Yeah, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm gonna not get too carried away with it. So the first one was immediate spin. I'm like, well, first gear's useless. Like I'm gonna first gear and shift right to second.
Yeah.
The gap between first and second is so much. It's like where. Like, you have to like let it drop a bunch of RPM.
No kidding.
Because first,
Yeah, that way you're not in the power band, so your tire stops spinning.
well, first
essentially.
first gear is super tall, so you get like 20 mile an hour out of first gear, and second gear is like 50. So by the time you let the RPM drop, you either hit it way too high and it has to surge down to catch the gear.
Yeah.
You have to let it drop enough to catch it, and the turbo's
Yep.
cold.
Yeah.
So second one wasn't much better because it was still cold and shitty. Got a 1690.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
An improvement.
yeah.
But the improvement is in the like 60 foot. This was even
Yeah.
taking off lightly.
oh yeah.
I went from a
Well, even, like-
4.2 in the 60 to a 3.2.
Yeah.
Just like rolling off the clutch like I
Well,
do
I'll say,
at a stoplight.
What's great about how the world has figured out how to calculate drag strip numbers or quarter mile numbers is great because like my mile per hour when I actually took it to a drag strip was like 132. Almost everybody who has ever been to a drag strip who runs 132 mile an hour in the quarter is in the nines.
is way lower.
I was running 11s because I've never launched this car
Yeah.
and I had to drive it back home. So like it's great to have that reference because there's so many numbers to base this off of to compare it to.
Yeah.
So like
When
again,
you're looking at 60 foot.
when I'm looking
or
at
eighth
yours,
mile,
it's like, oh yeah, you dropped what is it, 0.3
Yeah,
off of your 60
about
foot
2.5,
or off of your
3/10.
time in general.
Yeah.
And it all came off the front half.
Yeah.
I
Because I,
can-
actually slowed down mile an hour a lot.
Yes.
So my first one is 10 seconds
But yeah,
to get
but
to
again,
60.
you got to the quarter mile faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like it all makes sense.
So
you
10
know?
seconds to get to 60. I did the quarter at 102 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Where this one, it took me 10 and a half to get to 60.
Mm-hmm.
And the quarter mile was 93 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So I lost 10 miles an hour off of my quarter mile speed.
Yes, because you're not
but you were there
making that up on
quicker.
the back
But
half.
gained
Exactly.
2.5 tenths on the time.
There's a lot going on in a quarter
yeah.
mile.
It's a very
Yeah.
strange, like, just because you did it at a faster speed does not mean you're going faster.
Correct.
It means
Yeah.
you have more horsepower and you're
So
making
yeah, you're
up
making
time.
it up on the back half. Yeah,
Yeah.
when
Yep.
you're actually running and getting
It's
traction.
your getting
yeah.
up to speed is where
Correct.
your time gets made up. Your early track is where it all matters.
Well, yeah, it's so what you're saying is once I get the fucking Cobra dialed in,
I'm putting slicks on the front and you're done.
well, we're gonna go up to fucking Byron and we're gonna have a fucking day.
If I had some grip and some tires,
well, the track has grip. Don't get on tires. Yeah,
Well,
you'll
the open
at the
diff
very
isn't
least,
great.
Yeah, but at the very least, if we do go to Byron on a fucking test and tune day,
It'll hook in second.
Yeah.
Where right now it doesn't.
yes, exactly.
I'm like
so at least you'll
pedaling
have
second.
a lot of you'll have a lot firmer numbers. Like there'll be more to stand on. You'll have more of an idea.
I think realistically, if it'll stick to the ground,
Yeah.
I can get to 14-ish, maybe
Oh,
13 if it hooks
I would
good.
I would imagine you'd be 12 to 13.
Ideally, I'd like to see 13s out of it.
Yeah, because
But
your power to weight versus mine, it's like
I'm like a 10 to 1 and you're like a 1 to 5. It's
Yeah,
similar,
it's-
but you're still quite a bit ahead.
yeah, but at the same time, it's also like if
It's-
you can just catch traction.
If I have traction, it will go.
yeah, exactly. Like, and that's what I'm saying is like one
We'll
trip
just
to the
put some
fucking.
fucking tractor weights in the front.
Because I was thinking, I'm like, I should, like, if I did a drag and drive, do I just, like, stick 200 pounds on the bumper for
Fuck
the
it.
racetrack?
Yeah?
Like, as far
Why
forward as I can
wouldn't
get
you?
it to
Fuck it.
sit down on the front suspension.
Why
Yeah.
not?
Oh, I would.
Well, so okay. Granted, I'm just hemorrhaging money at this point, so I don't know if
Obviously.
the Holly will come for the Cobra
This year or
like this spring, like I was hoping to. I still might try to get some part. I'm at least gonna get it drivable. I'm gonna put a throwout bearing in it. Get it
plugs in it,
at
fix
least-
the shit exhaust
Well,
problems.
yeah. I also might do fender exhaust shit now because it's cheaper than buying a $3,000.
If you're gonna get it
computer
retuned
system.
at some point anyway, you might as well do all the stuff beforehand.
Yeah.
That way you're like, here's the car as I want it.
yeah.
Tune it.
Well, no, I mean, ideally, I'll wait. I just need to be able to fucking drive down
Yeah.
the road.
Oh, exactly.
Like,
First.
I'll idle in fucking at 2,000 RPM, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. But at this point, it's completely fucking useless. So at the very least, after this spring into next summer, it needs to be. That's awesome.
What the fuck?
It needs to be at least movable. So
Functional, not
Yeah.
necessarily perfect or
Yes.
done, but
It
like
has
something.
to drive under its own power.
yeah, because right now I don't trust it to go more than a block.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
it's like
wouldn't.
With the throwout bearing,
No.
which is all it is.
before you get somewhere and it won't move anymore.
Yeah.
Literally, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. So
Up onto
At
the
least-
trailer, off the trailer.
yeah, at
that's
least be
it.
able to do that for now. Ideally, Holly by the end of next year for sure. Whether I can fucking pencil it in. Well, it just depends how
whether it's in
how
this year's
soon-
budget or not.
Yeah, it depends how soon I finish the upstairs of the garage. Depends how fast I can finish the Jeep, which is
Then how fast
between
you
both
finish
of those, the
car,
hemorrhages are immense.
you're bleeding money real quick.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to slow down a little bit until I figure out exactly how much this building of the garage is
gonna
going to cost.
fuck ya?
'Cause-
Yeah, I wouldn't just set $3,000 in a box on the shelf.
yeah,
for
no,
the Holly.
yeah, exactly. And that's
When
the thing
you
is
could-
like I spent $3,000 on other shit this week,
Yeah.
which is between
When
the
it-
Jeep and the fucking upstairs.
Yeah,
and
when
the
it does-
upstairs is still not done.
When
so.
it technically works on the ECU that's in it,
yes,
it just
exactly.
needs to be better.
It'll
than what's in
run,
there.
but
Yeah.
it's not where you want it to be.
Yeah. So got to figure a lot of shit out. But like ideally, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, once the Cobra is done, a drag and drive would be sick. And if you're fucking on it too,
Might as
fucking
well.
better. Because then we have Michael and Marcus as fucking
As
co-drivers for both
co-pilots.
of them.
Yeah.
And we have a 4-person pit crew to
Well, I
manage
don't-
2 cars.
Man, I'm
Depends
cool
on
with
the-
running crew.
It depends on the drag and drive. Some won't let other crews work on other cars.
Oh, fair. Well,
yeah, but we
at
run
the-
as
on
a
my
at the-
team.
I'll say at the very least, yeah, we're a team. We're like the McFarlane Racing. We have
Yeah.
multiple cars,
Yeah.
but we only have
Even if we're like, hey, we're out of the points since we have to help them fix,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
we're
yeah,
just
yeah.
doing it for fun anyway.
exactly, yeah.
We're running for a time, not
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, if
point
we do
system.
decide to do that,
It'd be
fucking
pretty cool.
sick.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool.
I'd be down for
I need
prep
a-
Can't
work.
say I've seen many Fiestas on a Dragon.
There was
Drive.
one last year on the hot rod drag, or the
Rocky Mountain.
one here, the one that was Byron.
Fuck yeah, I can't think of the name of it.
Byron.
Six
It's
Summer.
some-
6 Summer.
Six Summer,
Yeah.
yes, 6 Summer Midwest, whatever. There was a Fiesta on it. It made it like 2 days and then blew up.
Rip.
Was
Yeah.
it like
It was running
It
like 11.
Yeah, I'll say
so-
it was like
Holy shit.
overpowered. It
It
was
was fast.
running out of its bracket. It was like
Yeah.
it should have been running 12s, but it was trying
Yeah,
for 11s.
I didn't have one yet, and I'm like, holy fuck!
Fair.
Wow.
Yeah, no,
I'm like-
I don't remember that because we didn't talk about it because you didn't have
Yeah.
one yet.
It was
So,
like a
yeah.
dark bluish or whatever. Like
Okay.
it ran like an 11 something off
Damn.
the rip. I'm like, oh, that's fast. Oh, that's real. Like day 2 it broke or something or 3.
Yeah, that's the problem with like
going fast.
when you're running out of like what your engine's capable of and trying to do it. For
That's
a
like
week,
a 400 wheel car.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
It's
going
cool
on.
Damn.
until it breaks.
Till it's not.
Which it broke. So
Yeah.
Well, it
bring
didn't break. It just probably,
So
disintegrated.
do I just bring the spare motor with me to 6 Summer?
Well, you have it ready because if it's in the Midwest, it's only a fucking couple hours away.
Have someone truck it over. Yeah.
Hey, fucking, we find somebody.
We
Nick,
load it in
hey,
the back
Nick.
of the ship box.
Load it in the Fiesta with me. Just
Fair,
I'll
yeah.
stick that on the front as the counter.
I was planning to build a hitch for the Mustang if we do that because we will need a small trailer behind it.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. Well, I think that's all we got to cover today.
Out of here.
I stood up to go pee.
I know. Yeah.
We're just gonna say goodbye, I guess.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.